All right, guys, welcome to the first of 3 games that we are calling today for this college football Saturday. We got Bama Vandy coming up after this and FSU Miami, but we're starting off with this game between Air Force and undefeated Navy. Should be a fun one here. Never done an Air Force game before. Did a few Navy games last year. This one over on CBS. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. My name is cgiulianihpu. If you've never been to a JJ Live stream before, how it works is like this. Fire away with the chat with any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything, everything. Any donation, get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order they see. I'm going to get to all the comments in just a second. We got a lot of people in the chat so far, which is really, really good to see. Vote in that poll. Who do you think wins this game, Air Force or Navy? If you are a member, you can show us for either one of these teams using the emojis in the chat. We got the emojis for Air Force and the emojis for Navy as well. We got Alabama Vandy come up after this is done. And then we got Air Force against Navy starting in just a couple of moments over on CBS. I should also note that every donation counts as triple toward you make the call. Gonna help me decide which game we are calling on Friday night. We got 3 options. You're gonna help me decide with your donations which one we're doing. South Florida, North Texas, Rutgers, Washington, or Fresno State against Colorado State. You're gonna help me decide which game we are doing. I should also note that every Thursday night I do this thing called live band karaoke. For $50, I'll sing any song you want me to with a live band. But for $25, there's one song that is half off, and we're going to decide what song is half off by spinning this wheel. Right now, the song that is half off for this stream and this stream only is going to be, drum roll please, we are going to have Twist and Shout by the Beatles. Twist and Shout by the Beatles is the song that is half off at karaoke for this stream and this stream only. So, appreciate all you guys being here. Gonna get to everything in the chat in just a moment. Let me just update this as we're underway in the game. Kickoff underway, and we feel that the 5-yard line taken out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and that is where the drive is going to start for the midshipmen in the blues and Air Force in the grays. So, let's see what we got here. Ball for Navy at the 25-yard line. And give me a second here as I update this, and then we'll be good to go. All right, let's do this. Happy Saturday. How's it going, Nick? How's it going, Michael? How's it going, everyone? How long until Space Force gets a team? Don't think they're going to have enough people. Don't think they have enough people. Get both TVs on as soon as Cubs starts. Yep, playoffs. The DS starts today. Love the way you're doing the non-big games. You're going to take the pattern going forward. My coverage of college athletics. Of course so, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Play action. Going to throw in the first play. Going deep down the field. And a one-handed grab. What a way to start this game at the 39-yard line. What a phenomenal grab there by Brandon Chapman. Number 20. So 22 or 24, that's 22, excuse me. Eli Heinrich making the grab one-handed. They throw on the first play with Mikhail Saikin on the coverage, and they're in Air Force territory on the very first play, the 39-yard line already. What a start for the midshipmen. Not a team that throws the ball a lot, obviously. Horvath, 38 passes thrown this season. So you're going to see a lot of triple options today, but first play they're throwing. Now they run it up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 1, then spins out a tackle. And it's Chapman down to the 32-yard line, gain of 7. Brandon Chapman, the senior. He's got 120 rushing yards this season. One of 5 players on Navy with over 100 rushing yards on the year already. UNC off to a great start, 11 seconds in. Jeez. Touchdown, very first play for Clemson. That's good. That's good. I got Kentucky, Georgia on as well. Dabble can't lose the bill, right? I'm not sure at this point. Next week's Bucks and Irish game, injury bowl? Seems like that. Seems like it. But I have Navy, all good. All good. To the bottom of the screen, man in motion. Going to be a jet sweep pass. And the shovel pass goes for 4 and a first down to the 28-yard line. UNC off to a great start. Yeah, it's been that kind of year. I think Clemson's going to blow them out of the water. I think Clemson blows them out of the water today. We got Kentucky, Georgia on as well over on ABC. Clemson, UNC on ESPN. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. 4-2 record. There you go. There you go. And again, any donation counts. Triple two. Mythical Home, which game we are calling on Friday night. The street tile uniforms. Ooh, hang on. Oh, I do not like those. No, I do not like those. I do not like those. Horvath going to keep it himself, and he's going to lose 2. Trying to go to the side, brought down the 30-yard line. Opinion on the new video on Kyron Lacey? Yeah, he's cleared. He's cleared. It's awful what happened to him, and I don't know how on earth that footage not came out sooner. I don't know how that footage not came out sooner, but yeah, he's obviously 100% innocent in that case, and hopefully his family gets a big payday. Obviously, he can't bring his life back, but hopefully his family gets a big payday. Same with the playoff, if they win out, going to be tough. Going to be tough. I think they can, though. I think they can. Second 12, going deep on play action. 1 for 1 today, but incomplete there. Going down the seam. Trying to find Nathan Kent, the senior wideout. What channel is this game? CBS. This game is on CBS. He took on the Navy and won. And I'm not crazy about the suit uniforms. Not crazy about them. 3rd and 12. Yeah, we're thinking about field goal here. Longest kick for Nathan Kirkwood this year is 28 yards. They figure this is 4-down territory. His longest career kick is 46. Shovel pass, that ball's caught. And down to the 21. And now decision time here. After a gain of, we'll call it 9. 4th and 3. Come my camera myself. Now I got to cut. I got to cut. So 4th and 3 after the shovel pass. They are going to kick the field goal with Kirkwood. His longest career kick, 46 yards. This one from about 39. This to put Navy on the board on the opening drive. Snap is good. Kick is up for Kirkwood, and it is right down the middle. Not a lot of distance on that one. But he did get it. I would agree with that, Tyrell. Yes, I would agree with that. 3-0 the score. Good opening drive for Navy. It starts with a pass deep down the field. 3-0 after the opening drive. We'll see what Air Force can do on their first drive when we get back in. Navy undefeated this season. Air Force 1-3 coming off that 44-35 loss to Hawaii last time out. Navy coming off that 21-13 victory against Rice. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel as we try and grow this community even more. We got 3 games today. Navy College Football Playoff. We're calling it now. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So the problem for Navy is that their schedule gets very tough going down the stretch. North Texas, Notre Dame, South Florida, back-to-back-to-back, and Memphis. North Texas, Notre Dame, South Florida, Memphis, back-to-back-to-back-to-back. You see what's mad about game day not being in Tallahassee? I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I mean, FSU, Miami, I mean, I think they would have gone to game day. I know for a fact they would have gone to game day Tallahassee if FSU was undefeated. But that's a big rivalry. And they've been to Alabama a lot, obviously. Mississippi State wins 8 games. I could see it. I could see it. They're looking all right this year. They're looking all right. You want to be still my pick for the Mountain West? They're still my pick for the Mountain West. I'm going to stick with them as my pick going forward. I'm going to stick with them as my pick to make the playoff. Touchdown Georgia, meanwhile. Yeah, I'm going to stick with them as my pick to make the playoff. Favorite spreads in each of the 4 games. Georgia, Michigan, Clemson, Navy, all double-digit favorites. Then one saw on the day the last time Vandy beat Bama. Before 24, September 29th, 1984. Ooh. All right, late 84. Ooh. Late 84, we're going to go with... Ooh. I'm going to go time after time. It's FSU's fault. Yes, it is. It is. FSU's big rivalry is ESPN. Yeah, boys from Mountain West America want to make the playoff? Yeah. I see that. Boise 10 after Swift drops an album. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. You can't go with Beal after how poorly he's been playing. You can't go with Beal. All right, touchback on the kick, and Air Force is going to start the start of the 25. Let's go crazy. Oh, great song. Great song. Liam Sarka, the quarterback here. Had 139 yards rushing and 278 yards passing last week. Was 10 for 12 against Hawaii. So he can throw the ball. He can air it out. And first play going to be able to run to the 30, 35, 40, second level. Here he goes. Here they go. Sarka all the way down into Navy territory at the 15-yard line. He takes it himself on the very first play. After that great game he had last week, picks up 60. And they're in the red zone just like that. Zarka, with 139 yards rushing last week, including a 64-yard run. He goes for 60 on the opening play. Niebuhr got it for today, hopefully. Hopefully. Ball at the 14, gain a 61. What a start for the Falcons. And while timeout called, Air Force will call it. Usually that's what happens when you have a long play like that. You're not ready in time. Not ready to get down to the line of scrimmage in time. And that's what happened there. Close up, we'll go back Larry Zaka. Time was number 1 hit early in the year. I figured. No, it's Ruff Smolin. I get that. In big games, can you trust Smolin? That's, yeah, I don't know if you can. I get it. Of course, projected game of the early slate is Kansas State Baylor. Yeah, this is not the best early slate. Not the best early slate. Touchdown Badgers, all right. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe to this episode, tell the channel, subscribe to the community even more. So after the timeout by Air Force, we'll have first down the 14-yard line when we get back from this commercial break. And we got Bama, Vandy later today, and we got Miami against FSU at 7:30. Air Force, the last game against Hawaii, offensively looked phenomenal. 216 yards rushing, 278 yards passing. Obviously, the season's not gone great for the Falcons, 1-3, with a lone win coming against an FCS school. But it's more because of their defense and not because of their offense. They scored 49 against Bucknell, 30 against Utah State, 37 against Boise, and 35 against Hawaii. You said a team would be 1-3 on the season, despite scoring 151 points in the first 4 games, averaging 38 points per game. That's just a lot. 38 points per game, and yet just 1-3. Every game with Air Force has been a shootout. Every game this season has been an absolute shootout. This is a team that's ranked 27th in FBS in scoring offense, but they're 1-3. And the reason for that is that they are near the bottom in scoring defense. 39 points per game allowed. Number 1 for Air Force? Because Air Force One's, yeah, I was going to say they don't have a number 1. Not on the depth chart. They don't have a number 1. The only team is worse than Air Force in defense this season: UMass, UAB, Sam Houston State, Kent State, and Georgia State. That is it. Despite a top 30 offense. By week ASU, then we get Utah. That should be fun, yeah. That should be fun. All right, so after the timeout, ball at the 14-yard line for the Falcons. They should for the memes. They should. They should. Team was a bye week, which sucks because lunch looked amazing. So hopefully it wasn't a fluke. Yeah. You can't go to Blake. Head up the middle. That's going to be a gain of, we'll call it 5, down to the 9-yard line. I think that was Frew on that one. Brings up second down. Have the Suds. No, but you know me. The early game is always... Early game, it always takes a bit for my voice to get in there. You have a tree, you could pick up the table. You could. Maybe if military school is here, I would agree with that. I would agree based on what we've seen. I like watching Air Force play. They just need to tighten up defensively, but their offense is fun to watch this year. In the pistol now, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 2nd and 5. Going to keep it himself, and Sarka gets down to the 7 for a gain of 2 before he's taken down the play by Luke Paris. Number 35 brings up 3rd and 3. You figure you get down here, it's 4-down territory. Let's say Blake. I meant Beal. I don't know why I said Blake. I'm just having a brain fart. I meant Beal on that one. 3rd and 3. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom again. Same formation as last time. 10 on the play clock here. You figure it's 2 downs to get 3 yards. Tight end goes in motion. Bruin goes in motion. Sarka going to keep himself. He's in. Sarka going to keep it himself. With Bruin in motion, Sarka runs it in for the 5th time this season, and Air Force in front. It takes the afternoon for... Yes. I know, it takes a bit. Let's go see your 4th quarterback. And the extra point is Sarka runs in. Jacob Medina is making a 4-point game. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's right down the middle. 7-3. What a drive for Air Force. Do you want Florida to lose so Napier gets fired? No, I want them to win, but if they lose, I want them to be fired. He's going to be fired at the end of the season anyways, so... The wild blue yonder, and to the wild blue yonder. There you go. 7-3 your score. Air Force quarterback don't throw a touchdown pass off his run. Oh, he does. He does. He threw a lot last week. He threw 3 last week. But this drive was all on the ground. This drive, 75 yards, all on the ground, and Sarka, I should say. Well, what, 66 rushing yards that drive? The exact stats on that one. Yeah, 69 rushing yards on that drive for Liam Sarka. A very nice 69 rushing yards, that drive for him. 75 on the drive. Again, they ran the ball very well last week against Hawaii. 6.4 yards per carry on 216 yards. This season, Air Force already over 1,000 yards rushing, over 5 yards a carry. Yeah, I don't think the Clemson running back stepped out. Is he doing too much on game day? Actually, Clemson guy stepped out. So I take the Octobox? No, they have a quad box and Octobox. Where's the main focus? I mean, I get what he's doing. I get it. The college kids are gravitating toward it. Oh my God, Georgia just fair caught a punt at the 3-yard line. Yeah, I want cgiuliani to be fired. Yes, I do. I do. You know, the Clemson guy did not score a touchdown on that. They're going to rule him out of bounds. Good start to this game offensively. Navy goes down the field, gets a field goal on their first drive. Air Force, 75 yards on the ground. Last game for Navy against Rice. They did a very good job stopping the run. Navy only allowed 3.1 yards per carry, 39 rushing attempts for the Owls last game, 120 yards. That's it, 3.1 yards per carry. Why is Penn State, UCLA get the special 3:30 tournament game, but Michigan State, Nebraska gets 4 o'clock on Big Ten Network? Yeah, I don't know on that. I don't know why they didn't get priority with that one. Yeah, why are you fair catching on the 3? Yeah. It gives so much to the Octobox? Yeah, they should. They should. They don't. I would love it if they did. I would love it if they did. All right, so 9:14 to go in the first quarter. Already a flying start to this game. We expect a shootout. We have Air Force 6th from the bottom this year in scoring defense, but at the same time, top 30 in scoring offense, scoring over 30 every game. So we're going to get kickoff here. It takes a good bounce for Air Force and almost recovered by the Falcons before just falling on that ball at the 21 is Liam Barbie. Can read out. Just fell on that ball. At the 21, took a very good bounce, was a short kick. And now Clemson scores a touchdown in that one. Well, the 21, and that was also almost a turnover on the kickoff. One the top, 2 the bottom, back to his left. Man in motion is Barrow, going to keep it himself. Spin move, and we'll get 3. It's Alex Tecca, the senior back. Getting about 3 yards there, bringing up 2nd and 7. Obviously, Navy triple option team. They've run the ball entering this game 218 times, only thrown 45. So about a 5-to-1 ratio in terms of runs to passes. Alex Tecca last game over 100 yards, one of 2 players alongside Horvath with over 100 rushing yards for the midshipman that game. Option here, and Horvath going to keep it himself. He's going to muscle his way ahead for the first down. Still going. And the ball came out at the end. Air Force says they have it. Right around the 40-yard line. Do they have it? Do they have it? They're going to say... Yes! Air Force ball! Air Force ball, the 38. Air Force ball, the 38th. Horvath fumbles. Oh, I think definitely over on that one. I think over on this one. Marquand with a 5. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton. As they forced the turnover there, Horvath lost it as a U.S. Air Force veteran. Thank you for your service, man. Glad to see their games for Army Navy get national TV audience. Rutgers, Washington. All right, easy enough. Thank you for your service, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you a ton, and I will get you on the call for that. All right, reset the clock, and we'll be good to go. For example, the way I stream when I cough that. That's what ChatGPT said. Wow. Impressive. Ball the 38-yard line for the Horvath fumble. Navy won against Rice last week despite losing the turnover battle. Might have to do something similar here as they're already down the turnover battle, and Air Force has very good field position. They scored a touchdown on their first drive. 2nd and 7. Thank you for service, not less second. Yep. Just Haynes always so good. He really is. He's fun to watch. Rip NFL trivia. Yeah, I wish. I wish it came back, but I wish. Second and 7 at the 35-yard line here. Play action. Going to throw for the first time today. Going deep down the field on the seam. Incomplete. It was 10 for 12 last week. But they're going to get a flag on the play. And all indications are that this one will be on Navy. Oh, over under? I would say over on this one. Over 54.5. Air Force offense, really good. Top 30 in the nation. But they have the 6th worst scoring defense in the nation. Every game for Air Force has been a shootout this season. I would say definitely over on this one. Be an offensive holding. So automatic first down for the Falcons. You know, Jakari, I would definitely say over on this one. That's an easy call down the field. Philip Hamilton getting called for the hold there. This is one of the few service academies you actually have to watch out for the pass. Again, Zarka was 10 for 12 with 278 yards passing last time out. So first down the 25-yard line just outside the red zone here. Zarka going to keep it himself after having 69 yards rushing on the first drive. He'll get 7 right there before he's taken down the play by Job Grant at the 18. 2nd and 3. So far, the offense for Air Force clicking and firing on all cylinders. Last game against Hawaii, 494 yards of offense. They allowed 535. So nearly 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards of offense between the two teams combined in that one. 2nd down, head up in the middle, and we'll get only a yard. Nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage, or at the line of scrimmage, I'd say, but Job Grant. Bring up 3rd and 2. You got this field position off the Horvath fumble. Which was the 2nd fumble lost by Navy this season. 3rd down. Receiver goes in motion. Gonna throw it, and it's almost intercepted. Not the best throw there by Zarka, and now decision time here on 4th down. And I think there's not going to be a decision. They're going to kick the field goal. He'll try to run the ball. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not good right now. It's a bit of a wobbly throw and almost picked off. I'm not sure who it was going to on that one. There was no one opening. It was pressured right away. Jackson Campbell goes off his hands. Almost got the big pick for Navy. But the Navy defense will hold and force Medina to a 35-yard try on 4th and 3. And the kick is wide right. No good. No good on that one. So despite the Horvath fumble, no harm done for the midshipman. Navy takes over. 4th and 6 down, 10-0 30. Go for it, take the points. NFL kick, college, go. Yeah, I would say, on the road against Cincinnati, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. The ball for Air Force, or ball for Navy when we get back. And for the missed 35-yard try, personally, I would have gone for it there. And Medina's long this season, 31. And all the time, you're looking at a guy whose career long, the sophomore kicker, is only 31 yards. 4th and short, I would have gone for it there. I don't like the play call in there. I would just run it twice. But Navy's going to take over. No points on that drive, despite the good starting field position when we get back. And appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton. We got emojis in the chat to show us for either one of these teams. We're going to be live for Vandy against Alabama at 3:30. Well, it's more about look in the NFL. I get kicking you kick the field goal in that spot, but a 48-yard try in college is not the easiest thing in the world. I trust you to get 6 yards more than I trust you to make a 48-yard field goal in college, at least. NFL, I'm kicking. NFL, there's no way I'm going for on 4th and 6 at the 30, unless my kicker really sucks. Because they're not punting in that spot. How's it going, Isaac? Appreciate you tuning in. 5 years, $34 million. Ooh, all right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Terrace Jefferson was a choice. Yeah. Yeah, they gotta do it though with all the college football. Dumbest of West Kentucky Yellower. Yeah, they don't. I gotta get the archive footage. It still isn't available. I gotta pull a plug on Norvell. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. It's gone on way too long. Yeah, that was a fun stream last night. That was a lot of fun last night. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot more CUSA and action games during the weeknights. Because man, that was good. You can decide which game we're doing with Euro Nations for Friday night. I forget what's on back from that spot. Yeah, you could. You could. South Florida, North Texas, Rutgers, Washington, or Fresno State against Colorado State. So Navy takes over. Horvath fumbled last time. One of the top, two at the bottom. Back to his right. They shift the line over. Receiver goes in motion. Give it on the jet sweep. But nothing doing there. Brandon Chapman getting stuffed on the play. Levi Brown, number 9. On the stop, I believe. Or was that Dallas Daly? Either way. So the number 8 or number 9. I think they're saying it was Daly. So number 8 on that one. No gain, 2nd 10. Yeah, that's true. It was popping too. It was. It was popping. MLB playoffs need to be over the air. It would be much easier if they playoff games start at 12. Yeah, you would think they'd be smarter about that, but I guess not. 2nd and 10. 2 in the backfield. 2 at the bottom of the screen. Gonna throw it. It's a swing pass. It's caught by Chapman, but Chapman nothing doing. He'll get a yard, maybe 2, before he's thrown out of bounds on the play by Roger Jones. 3rd and 9. Try to spread him out on that one. Air Force not biting. Really, outside the opening play, that pass down the field, Air Force defense has been very, very sharp. Yeah, I was surprised when people came on. Yeah, I was very surprised too. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his left. Horvath takes the snap. They're going to send 4. Trying to buy some time in the pocket and does. Now he's going to look to take off and run to the 25 and get the first. Nice juke move there to get the first. Splits 2 defenders to the 31-yard line and a first down. We know Horvath can run. On that passing play, didn't see anyone up and down the field. Buying time in the pocket. Gets a nice block there from Sean Crowley, his left tackle. And then with 2 guys on him, just jump cuts up the middle. Splitting the 2 of them for a first down. Sykin and Daly try to make the stop. I said neither one of them can. 12, 3, 6, 9. Yep, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. It should be, in theory. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Handoff up the middle. Down to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5 on that one. Bringing up 2nd down. That's Jackson Gutierrez. Number 8 on the give there. How many other students are going on for that game? I don't think anyone... I think I was the only one. I was the only one doing that one. Because I was looking for people to rate potentially. Not that I was going to do it. But I was looking for people to rate potentially, and there was no one doing it. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, back to his right. 2nd and 5. Fake the jet sweep. Horvath spinning out of trouble. He's going to run for it. He's got the first down and then some to the 45 and out of bounds to the 49-yard line. Nice awareness there. Realized there was pressure on his front side, so spins to his backside. Blake Fletcher on the stop, but it's a gain of 13 and a first down. 2 straight first downs for Horvath with his legs. He had 20,000 views on the stream last night. It was nuts. It was nuts. I get alternating days for LDS and LCS. I do get that, yes. Oh, 100%. I do get that. Ball at the 49, to the top. Back to his left. They fake the jet sweep. And Horvath's going to keep himself. He's going to get 4 down to the 47-yard line. They fake the jet sweep to Eli on that one. Get Thursday stream just under 2K. Yeah, there wasn't a lot. Yeah, so the thing is that they're competition. I think a lot of it's competition. I think a lot of it, too, is also betting. There's a lot of people who place bets on the games. And they just need something. They need updates because they don't have CBS Sports Network. I've noticed, like, the Max and CUSA weeknight games get a lot. I've noticed that. Whereas, yeah, a lot of bettors, a lot of first-timers, and I was the only one doing it. Comeback route. That ball's caught the 41-yard line and then breaks the tackle, muscling ahead to the 40 for a first down. Eli on the grab, and then gets a couple more, muscling ahead past the line to gain on the curl route. Want to say Rams who score more? Yeah, I get why they didn't, though, because of the fumble. But like, he didn't play after the fumble. After that pitch, he didn't play. You know, if Maryland starts week day 4 and wants to Pac-12 purchase them, they should. They should. First down the 40. You know, I want to see him use him more, too, but got to hold on to the ball. Touchdown, Georgia, by the way. First and 10. Ball to 39. 5-step drop, going to throw. Horvath deep down the field. One-on-one. Incomplete. Going on that fly route down the near sideline. Let's try to find Joshua Guerin. Would have been just his second grab of the season. Navy doesn't throw the ball a lot, obviously, but when they do, it's deep down the field more often than not. Their receivers averaging 18 yards per catch this season. So they can't leave a bloodbath, yep. Trying that way so far, yep. Clemson is dominating. We would have probably hided. Horvath keeps himself, but will only get 2 on that one. To the 37-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 8. Your guy was benched, but at what point is a short side bench guy one bad touchdown at 20? Well, I mean, to be fair, they also didn't run the ball a lot. They also did not run the ball a lot. And Kyron Williams had 13 carries. Corum had 1. He had touchdown. Stockton for the second time. Running it in himself. How's it going, Cujo in Bronco Country? Appreciate you tuning in to the bottom of the screen. Appreciate you being here on this College Football Saturday. Back to his right. Now 3 at the bottom. Horvath rolling out, going to look to throw. Fires on the comeback route. That's caught the 34, but way shy of the sticks. Chapman on the grab, but taken down immediately. I would think this is 4-down territory. They're going for it. 4th and 4, the 34. Nice November night, good breeze. Get ready for Thanksgiving. Join some action of 1-9 Kent State versus 2-8 Akron. Give $15 to Fifto Jack this game for Cubs Brewers. I'll give you an update on Cubs Brewers. I'll give you an update on that one when that starts. Yeah, when that game starts, I'll keep you updated. How's it going, Lou? Appreciate you, man. Play clock's running down, and we'll see if Navy calls a timeout or if they're going to take the delay of game and just punt this ball away. They will take the delay of game. We're going to get more benefit out. They're not going to give the field position if they don't get the first down. They're going to take the delay of game and they're going to punt this ball away. Not sure I agree with that. But they're going to try and pin Air Force deep. The 39-yard line, instead of going for it at the 34 on 4th and short. Carlson going to punt this one. And the punt here. Well, it's down to the 5-yard line. So they try to play the field position battle. It works. And Air Force can be starting this drive at their own 5-yard line. So the punter does his job there. Down in the air, it's a 34-yard punt. No return on the play. And Air Force taking over, pinned deep, with their worst starting field position of the day. Last time they started a drive, it was in plus territory at the 38-yard line of Navy. Can they go 95 yards on this drive? We got a fun one so far here over on CBS. We got over 100 people in the chat. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. This should be the final play of the quarter, barring anything crazy. First down at the 5-yard line. Under center, everyone's stacked inside. No one lined up out wide. Now they're going to spread some guys out wide. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 3 wide in the pistol here. Motion a man over on the jet sweep and nothing doing, blown up at the 2-yard line. Jacked up on the plane, Kenneth McShan. Gets him on the jet sweep. Loss of 3. The Air Force is going to be pinned pretty deep to start the second, but we're not playing the LDS. Oof. You know, it's worse than last year. Yes, they do. I'm shocked by how bad their defense is. Offensively, I knew they were going to suck. Offensively, I knew they were going to suck this year. Defensively, I am stunned. We'll put a poll up. Who wins this one? Air Force or Navy? Again, appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel as we try and grow this community even more. And emojis in the chat. Except for the 3 o'clock slate. This game's been good so far. This game's been fun to watch. The Clemson game, oof. Georgia game also trending poorly. Iowa State Cincinnati could be interessante, but we will see. We will see on that. So we're changing quarters here. Again, any donation counts as triple toward you make the call. I'm going to decide which game we are calling Friday night. South Florida to North Texas, Rutgers, Washington, or Fresno State, Colorado State. Get J9 to 100K by Christmas? Oh, man, that would be insane. That would be insane. I don't think we're anywhere near that. We're anywhere near that. But we got a lot on the, Delaware stream last night. Made the right call not doing Tank Bowl? Yeah, you guys did not vote on the Tank Bowl, which is good. Everyone doesn't win. I'm homeless, literally sleeping on the sidewalk tonight. Well, I don't know why you would do that. Why you would bet on, like, I think everyone's playing well right now, but you should never bet to that level. I was saying, you see a lot of teams on defense that look undisciplined. Yeah, they look unprepared. They really do. I'm stunned. I am legitimately stunned by how bad they look defensively. Never in a million years did I think they'd look this bad from a defensive standpoint. I thought the one thing with Belichick is that he can coach a defense. But obviously, it is not played out that way in the slightest bit to start off. Maybe with his recruits coming in year 2, but oof. If he gets a year 2 at this point, remains to be seen. This one is best time of year? Yeah, this is bad time for a voice. My voice, it's not a good time, but I do love this time of year. MLB playoffs, the autumn breeze, you get NFL, college football. Like, this is the sweet spot. College basketball starting up soon. This is where it's at. This is a good month. The final 3 months of the year are what make the first 9 months worth it. Not the first 9 months suck. They're good for the most part, but this is what makes it really worth it. It's in year 2, but possibly no year 3. It really just depends on if he like feuds with the UNC board or whatnot. That's really what it comes down to. I think he'll get a year 2, but who knows? I think he'll probably get a year 2. We had NBA and AHL starting. Yes, we do. Does Glenn get fired this year? I'm going to say no. No, I would be very surprised. Because at that point, you would have fired a coach 5 games into a season with an interim and then another year. It would make the Jets look like a dysfunctional mess. The Jets had no expectations this year anyway. You're in this for the long haul. You're in this for the long haul. Oh, Kentucky touchdown. Making it a 1-score game over there. All right, we start the second quarter. 7-3 your score. 69% around with Navy to win this one. Bill Belichick or Deion Sanders for college? Oh, Sanders. Easily. Easily. Going to keep it himself, and we'll get some breathing room. Nice run there by Sarka down to the 9-yard line. Still a long ways to go on third and 6, but at least he got some breathing room. Should start his functional miss? That is true. That is true. Would I rather have Deion or Belichick for college? At least I know Deion can relate to the players. Like, I don't think he's a good coach, necessarily, but at least I know he can win at the college level. I mean, game planning is a different story. Morris people. Game management's a different story, but at least I know he can coach. Like, he can win some games. QB draw here, and Sarka will muscle ahead for the first down. Back-to-back runs for the quarterback. We're going to have that 60-yard scamper to start the game off. And he gets a nice gain of 7 there, down to the 16 for a first down. Again, Navy had 4th and 4 at the 35-yard line. Decided to take the delay of game and punt the ball away. Trying to play the field position, but I'll pin him deep. Didn't work. Zarka has 91 yards rushing so far already. Nearing 400 on the season. This time gives it up the middle, and it will get 2. Using some tempo on that one. Dylan Carson. Down to the 18. Belichick 1 and done. I'm going to go 2 and done. I'm going to say 2 and done. Yes, Young still hasn't got it. Yep. Still hasn't got it. 2nd and 8. Okay, Navy did a very good job stopping the run last week against Rice. Only 3 yards per carry for the Owls. That game. This game, not so much. 1 the top, 1 the bottom. Play action here. Look to throw, go an intermediate route, caught the 35 to the 40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, 1 to beat, 25-20, and brought down to the 12-yard line. Nice throw, going to the intermediate route, and they're in the red zone just like that. Bruin on the grab. And they're in the red zone as Bruin picks up his 7th grab of the season. It's a gain of 55 yards. Or somewhere around that. How's it going, JFK? Upstate watch Iowa State 0 since he's 17. Oof. Yeah, on the road. On the road. That's going to be a tough one. Bill or Carroll, who else long current spot? Oh, Pete Carroll. Gain of nearly 60. The second play this game that's gone for 60-plus yards for Air Force. They go quick, and nothing doing on that run. 2nd and 10. But we know this Air Force team can throw the ball. Again, the last game against Hawaii, Sarka was 10 for 12 with 278 yards. And 3 touchdowns. That last run stuffed by Landon Robinson. Appreciate you tuning in, JFK. Will Belichick UNC be Selleck Shaq meme? Yes, I think so. I think so. 2nd and 10, 1 the top, 1 the bottom. 3rd straight drive for Air Force where they get in plus territory. Play action. It's actually a speed option play, and they toss it down the triple option to the 8-yard line. To Cade Frew, the senior back. 3rd and 5. Or at least he didn't destroy the Raiders, no. Give me the chaos, not just for Ohio State, yeah. I mean, look, as an ASU fan, I would not mind if Cincinnati beat Iowa State. The Big 12 is just chaos. Big 12 is just chaos right now. 3rd and 5, ball at the 8-yard line. You have to wonder if it's Fort Island territory after after Medina missed his last kick. And timeout called with the play clock running down. Air Force will have 1 left. Worst part of this for UNC is if they had a bye before this game, they'll have a bye after the game. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, they do not look the best right now. I will put it that way. They do not look the best. So timeout on the field. Left 3rd and 5 when we get back at the 8-yard line. Again, Air Force got on this spot after that phenomenal passing play to the tight end Bruin. And you can see Sarka going through his reads on that throw. First read was the flat. Wasn't there, so went to the second read, which was the corner route. And he had it. Belichick lost a chance to get an NFL job for good. Oh, 100%. 100%. Because unless he's willing to cede control, if If he's willing to cede control, someone might be dumb enough to do it. If he's willing to say, I am going to have a GM with me, I'm going to have, I'm not going to run everything. Unless that happens, he's never getting a job again in the NFL. UNC fans are leaving. Get better things to do on a Saturday afternoon. It's a nice night. Nice day in Chapel Hill, Imagine Florida beats Texas. Oh, God. I mean, I will say I'm not crazy about Arch Manning, but I'm not crazy about Lagway either, based on what we've seen. I think Lagway's been the most disappointing player in college football this season. At least Arch Manning, we didn't know what we're going to get. I mean, he was the Heisman favorite, but we didn't know whether Arch Manning was any good or not going into the season. We knew Lagway was good. I mean, he looked very good last year. The fact that he's been sucking the way he has been really disappointing. Rather than Bill Zoltz, how long he's got, that is true. Hasn't stopped people before. How can still build 74-75 after this messing with a GM as a 6-time champion? Again, someone's going to be dumb enough. I don't think anyone at this one's going to be dumb enough to do, but there is a sell to it. There is a sell that he's won in the NFL before. There is a sell. It's not a good sell. Appreciate you tuning in, poor boy. Appreciate you tuning in for this one. Belichick later, career stage, his legacy? Nah. I don't think so. Oh my God, another touchdown for Clemson. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Clemson just got another touchdown. It's not even the end of the first quarter yet. It's going to be 28-3. It's going to be 28-3. All right, so after the timeout, third down, ball at the 7-yard line here for Air Force. Tight end in motion. Going to run the speed option once again, and this time Navy ready for it. Last time it got 6, this time gets nothing. Giuseppe Sessi on the stop. They'll probably take the field goal at this point. As soon as I say that, yep. As soon as I say that. The field goal try is good. Yeah, UNC is going to win this game now. So Air Force on a drive starting at their own 5-yard line, backed up to the 2 at one point, gets into the red zone and walks away with 3. Nice drive there. Want to get a bit more if you're Air Force, considering what you got, but 10-3 your score. Navy leads by Navy trails by 7. Belichick was retiring at halftime. Man. All right, 10-3 your score. Never going to get it back. And for the commercial break. Medina missed his last field goal. Gets that one, though. And Air Force so far looking very, very sharp offensively. Again, we know offensively this is a good team. It's a team that is in the top 30 in points scored this season. They've scored 30 or more in every game this year. The problem is defensively, but so far just 3 points allowed on their first 3 drives, including a turnover. Since they have 24-7, that could be an upset. The Big 12 is just chaos this year. The Big 12 is always chaos, and this year it's especially chaos. I don't know who's going to come out of that conference. I don't know who is coming out of that conference. Sarkis got 91 yards rushing today and 68 yards passing. On one completion, by the way. One completion for 68 yards. The rest of Air Force has been pretty contained. Any player not named Zarka, 8 carries, 13 yards, averaging about a yard and a half. Air Force 666 Giants, yep. So Air Force, if you're not counting Zarka, averaging about 1.5 yards per carry, 13 yards on 8 carries. But Zarka himself has contributed 159 of the team's 172 yards. 92.4%. Only by the Big 12, West Virginia, and Oklahoma State. I would say Oklahoma State as well. 92.4% of the yards for Air Force today have come from their quarterback. Kickoff field at the 3, taking to the 10, 15, 20, some space for the 25, 30. Cuts down the sideline, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds at the 49-yard line. As the camera is so low that I couldn't actually tell who made the tackle because there was someone's hair in the way. I'm not even kidding. Who's an upset watch this week? I think Mississippi State could potentially do something against Texas A&M. I think that could happen. But Navy's great starting field position near midfield as Isaiah Bryant, the junior, makes a man miss on the return. And takes out near midfield. Yep, a fan just stood and blocked the camera. Yep. I was like, I couldn't tell who made the tackle because a fan blocked the camera. Mark at the 47-yard line. Bit of a hurricane wrinkle there. You're not kidding. Flag flies immediately on the snap. It's a loss of 2 as things stand, but we'll see what the call is. Alex Teka brought down the 45-yard line. Prior to the snap, false start. So back it up 5 yards. Play's not going to count. Make it 1st and 15. Texas A&M, Virginia. Well, Virginia's not an upset. Virginia's not. Louisville's actually favored that game. I think Louisville wins. That's not an upset. Louisville is a 6.5-point favorite. Like, that's one of those. I had both of them in my top 25. I have Virginia and Louisville in my top 25. I have Louisville winning that one. That's at home. And Louisville enters that one as a 6.5-point favorite. So that actually an upset the other way. 1st and 15. For the false start, backs him up 5. Horvath going to look to throw. Go in deep. Has a step on him. And it's a beautiful throw to the 30, to the 25, and brought down the 23. Right in the bucket on the fly route, one-on-one. And Nathan Kent. Gets him in Air Force territory with a huge gain of about 35 yards. You know, really on that one. Yeah, Louisville's the favorite. Louisville's the favorite in that one. Ball to 22, 1st down. Remember, could lose. I mean, they can. It's going to be a tough environment. Be a tough environment as Chapman gets 9 on that one before he's taken down by Roger Jones. A very tough environment, but I think Miami does win that game. And Miami wins, but I could definitely see them losing. It's not like a lock by any means. It's a top 25 matchup. My concern with Florida State has always been, can Castellanos throw the ball deep down the field? That's my concern. One of the top 2 of them on back to his right here, 2nd and 1. Maybe looking to take advantage of the good starting field position. 2 straight completions by Horvath. He's 8 for 10 on the day. Was 8 for 13 last week against Rice. Loses the ball that time. Trying to pull it back on play action. Not sure that was a read option or play action pass, but lost the ball. Got it back. That would have been his 2nd fumble of the day. He only had 1 fumble entering this game. And now it brings up 3rd and 7. So he tried to pull it back on the handoff to Eli. It's probably going to be bottled up anyways. So 2 guys closing in on him. Love you with awesome knowledge. Hope the channel goes massive. Appreciate it, Derek. Appreciate you a ton on that one. You know, I love football. Love stream with you guys and I love interact with you guys. I love football. 3rd and 7. They're going to fake the option play. That's such a beautiful design. Slam pass touchdown. Are you kidding me? What a play. Eli. Going to tie this game up. Extra point pending. Fake the run up the middle. Fake the pitch to the side on the jet sweep. And then a slam pass is wide open. No one saw that coming. And Horvath with a beautiful touchdown pass to Eli. Prior 85 rushing yards on averaging 17. That's really, really good. Fake the pitch to Chapman. Wow. That was beautiful. You possibly don't take it seriously? Yep. How's it going, Coleman? How's it going? That is beautiful. That is so well done. Eli finds the ends for the 5th time this year. Horvath is 4th passing touchdown of the year. That was such a beautiful play design. And Navy takes advantage of the field position. How's it going, Evan? Had a crazy dream last night where after Chris gave me a call me in the middle of editing a video before getting wrecked by a windstorm. You probably had a demonstration on Callahan. You're probably right on that one. Probably something Callahan related. So 10-10 your score. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. So we try and grow this community even more. What a phenomenal play. What a phenomenal play. Air Force going to get it back. All the ensuing kickoff once we're done with the commercial break. 8:21 to go in the first half. Horvath that time doing it with his arm. So we don't see a lot of with these Service Academy teams, but we know Horvath can throw the ball if need be. He looks sharp on that drive. So far today, 9 for 11, 126 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. And that last drive, Horvath 3 for 3 through the air. With a 36-yard pass to Kent, the 9-yard to Chapman, and the 19-yard to Eli. So 3 completions to 3 different players on that drive. See Notre Dame losing to Boise? I could potentially see that. I think Notre Dame wins. I could see it, though. Bama losing to Vandy? I don't think they're going to. I think Bama wins that game. I hope it's close. I want Vandy to win. I think that'd be really funny if Vandy won in Tuscaloosa. But I think it is going to be Alabama winning that one. Especially after what happened last year, I think they come out with a vengeance. And there's that run by Pryor. You were saying, oh, that was such good center of gravity. Holy cow. On that touchdown run. There it is. The guest picker game day pick Vandy. Wait, what? The guest picker never. What? The guest picker in Tuscaloosa picked the road team? That never happens. That's not supposed to happen. Wow, he's never getting invited back. He's never coming back. All right, kickoff here. We got a lot in the chat right now. Again, appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It really does help us out a ton on the channel. If you have was guess, yeah, he's not getting invited back. After that, he's a Vandy fan apparently. Why would he be in? Was it ride home or something? Then why would he get invited to the guest pick at a Bama game? Oh my God, that makes no sense. They did not think that went through, did they? They did not think that went through. St. Just whooping Iowa State. Whoof. Man. Not that I'm complaining about that. It's the first half of the touchback at the 25-yard line for Air Force. Last drive got a field goal starting at the 5. This time, better field position here. Sarka 1 for 2 today, so you're expecting a lot of runs on this drive based on how the game has gone. He's going to get 3 to start things off. So he keeps on the read option. He attended LSU, not sure he's going to picker. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why, if you didn't attend the school or have no connection to the school, I don't know why they get picker. They didn't watch, but that's not a good sign. 2nd and 7. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Motioning over is Cade Harris close to the line. They're going to look to throw. Again, he's only 1 for 2. Hit on the throw and incomplete. Took a shot from the blind side on that one. Didn't see it. And brings up 3rd and 7. Didn't see the pressure. Now, Sarka only missed 2 passes last week. Already missed 2 so far today. He's 1 for 3. They're just bringing the corner blitz. They're looking for the seam route over the middle of the field and maybe set the corner blitz and got to him. Who is it on that one? With the hit. I believe... Justin Ross, if I'm not mistaken. I hope not. Oh, God. Oh, God. 1 of the top 2 of the bomb back to his right. Sarka takes it. They're going to send 5. Hit as he throws. Slam pass. That is caught to the 41-yard line. They send the pressure again, but this time, unable to get to him. And it's a gain of 13. Bruin on the grab. 2 completions for Sarka this quarter. 2 completions this game. And Both of them going to his tight end. As Bruin picks up his 8th grab of the season. He's over 100 yards on the year now. One of the top 2 at the bottom, back to his right. Play action. They're going to throw again. Deep down the field, and I don't even know who that was going to. In the direction of no one in particular. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. So look for a brief moment there. I believe Hamilton might have a chance on that one. Let's double check this. Yeah, that was so overthrown. I don't know how that wasn't picked off. That was so overthrown. Rosen goes on that one. It's about 15 yards away from the closest receiver. 2nd and 10. Read option. Going to keep it himself, and Sarko will get nothing. Bottled up by Landon Robinson. At the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down. Prior to his Clemson UNC game, when was the last time a Super Bowl winning head coach faced up against a college national champion coach? Ooh. Touchdown, Clemson. God. It's going to be 35-3. There's a flag on the play, though. Huh. That's a good question. Super Bowl winning coach face up against a college champion coach. 3rd and 10. Going middle of the field. Open. Caught the 45 and down to the 44. He's in a lot more of the aerial game on this drive, and it's Quinn Smith, his first grab of the day, the senior wideout. Gets him in Navy territory. It's now 4 straight drives for Air Force getting in Navy territory. First down. What's the Pilot UNC fans? They take the touchdown off the board. First down, the 44. Swings it out. It's caught behind the line, but loses bounds. Will only get, or lose 3, I should say, on that one. Cade Harris makes the grab, but it'll be 2nd and 13 as a result. Or Navy midshipmen all the way on that one. Surrounding him, and they're going to make the stop if he didn't lose his balance beforehand. You know, that's a great question about college champion coach. The Cowboys never played the Dolphins with Switzer against Johnson, right? One on top, one on the bottom. Going deep down the field, incomplete. I would think, actually, it was a couple of weeks ago, Monday Night Football, when Pete Carroll took on Jim Harbaugh. Raiders Chargers. That was the last time. Oh, I love that song. Michael. Oh, man. By going deep on the seam for Cade Harris. Might have been hit on the throw and then pressured. No, man, it was actually earlier or sooner. It was week it was Harbaugh against Carroll. Just a couple of weeks ago, Monday Night Football. 3rd down. Gonna run the triple option, but nothing there. Can't even get the pitch off. Was trying to pitch on that one to Cade Frew, but Navy swarms him. And Zarka going absolutely nowhere on that one. Thrown down by Griffin Willis, the junior defensive tackle, and brings up 4th and 13. They'll have to punt this ball away. Correct, let's go. I actually don't know any other songs by them besides House of Pain. I only know House of Pain. That's the only song I know by Father Pussycat. Are Atlanta fans glad Bill didn't take the job? Yes. Yes. Very much so. The punt here, not a great one. Fielded and fair call at the 18-yard line, so just about 29 yards of net on that one. Navy going to start the 18. You have to figure Air Force has gone to plus territory on all 4 drives, and they only have 10 points to show for it. They only have 10 points to show for it, despite getting plus territory on 4 drives. One on the top, one on the bottom, 2 in the backfield here. Horvath hands it off up the middle. Nothing doing. Chapman going absolutely nowhere there. Andrew Tillett, number 93 on the stop. Brings up second down. We have 150 in the chat right now. Pretty sure I got a student for this one. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel to try and grow the same more. One at the top, one at the bottom, two in the backfield. Horvath takes it. Play action. Gonna look to throw. Taking a deep shot down the field. One-on-one. He's got a step on him on the post. It's caught to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Eli for the second time today finds the end zone through the air. Touchdown, midshipman. 16-10. Blake Horvath with a dime. Eli gets behind everyone. There's a flag on the play. But as it stands, it's an 82-yard strike by Horvath. That'll be the longest play of the season for the midshipman. Is it going to stand? There is a flag on the play. Based on the Navy celebrations, it looks like it is going to stand. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Oh, yeah, that's standing. That is standing all right. Lock of the week tomorrow. Ooh. Lock of the week, I would say... There's really no good options for lock of the week. Maybe Cardinals over Titans. For the second time today, Eli gets a receiving touchdown. He's got 3 on the season. He's got more than every other player on Navy combined. As Navy has scored 14 straight, 2 drives their last 2 possessions. And 17-10 your score. With under 4 to go in the first half. Got behind Houston Hendricks, number 19. At that point, he was off to the races. He'll be on 23 again. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You hung out with him and enough snuff? Really? Oh, man, that's awesome. Touchdown, Georgia, by the way. Take a step down the season. It's not looking good right now. Down by 2 scores. Yeah, Georgia's struggling right now against Kentucky. They are struggling. It is not looking pretty right now. 21-7 there. 28-3 in the Clemson game. You can see a 12 on the field for field goal block. Oh, jeez. That says everything you need to know about how bad UNC is. All good, Cobb. All good. All good. Yeah, it's not looking good right now for Air Force. It's not looking good right now. Appreciate you tuning in, Cobb. Yeah, just run that fly down the middle of the field. Maybe a modified post. Wasn't a lot of bend on that one. Yeah, the booster has to tell Bo Olivia this is bad. This is very bad right now. Who will win? I think Navy. I think Navy wins this one. They were the favorite centering. I don't trust Air Force's defense. I think Navy's done a pretty good job stopping Air Force outside of stopping Zarka. If you can stop Zarka, you can stop this team. Versus Navy, they have so many different weapons. So squib kick, field at the 3-yard line. Taking it to 10, 15, 20, 25, and down at the 28. So the roughing the passer penalty actually doesn't really help Navy out. It actually kind of hurts them a little bit. So ball the 28 for Air Force. Well, college teams do the touch push. It's very hard to run. It's easier said than done. Easier said than done. Also, false starts. I mean, it's easier said than done. You need a lot of lower trunk strength to do it. Michigan fall in the ranks. They barely beat the Badgers. I don't think they do. I don't think they fall in the rankings. One on the top, one on the bottom. Harrison motion, play action. Middle of the field, it's caught the 40 to the 44-yard line. Once again, it's Bruin for the third time today makes the grab. Gain of 16. It's up 17-0. Ooh. Oh, that's awesome, Michael. I did not know that. Did not know that. That is really cool. I'm jealous of that. And Bruins over 100 yards receiving. Zarka now 5 for 9. 3 of his 5 completions have gone to the tight end. Hands it off up the middle. And we'll get down to the 48. Dylan Carson. Gain of 4. First screen for your defense stuff for Sean McVay. Don't think I run up the gut. Have Stafford do a play action or a scream since it's 9% for be a rushing play. I mean, I would have personally I would have run the ball, but I would have set 3 wide or 4 wide and spread the box out so you don't have a stacked box. I would have done that personally, but I'm fine running the ball in that spot. But maybe not the obvious formation. Huge paydays. Yeah, this one, though, I do like this one, though. To the bottom of the screen, an idea for a good survival pick besides Cardinals. Wheel route incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Bruin once again. Ooh, any ideas for a good survival pick? Between Lions over Bengals. I wouldn't waste the Lions yet. You're never going to get the Cardinals another chance. The Cardinals will never get another chance to be a survival pick. The Titans are in a really bad spot this year. Most emotional picks I've seen, I'd say Bing Bong. It's a Bing Bong dying. People lost survival on the Rams. Against the Niners, I would assume none. It'd be crazy doing a divisional game. I think you'd take the Cardinals over the Titans. 3rd and 6, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. 2:47 to go. Play action. Sarka looking, pump fake, second read not there, so he eats the sack at the 46-yard line. And we'll see if Navy takes a timeout here to get the ball back before the 2-minute timeout. Rams front, so the Niners for real? No, the Niners are for real. We knew the Niners are a good team. The fact that they were all banged up and they did that was really impressive. Eats the sack on that one. Did the Jags make a lot of survivors also? I would not think so. I would not think they did. I would have assumed last week a lot of people either took the Texans. I think the Chargers broke a lot. I think the Chargers broke a lot of survivors last week. Jags were not favored. No, they were not even close to favored. But we'll go the 2-minute timeout. I would have taken it on the plus side, but I would have taken the timeout there if I was Navy, but they do not. There's a 4th and 7. Of course, the Titans scan should be fired on the spot. Yeah, Gannon see flames up at that point. Yeah, the survivor pick that probably broke everyone last week was the Chargers over the Giants. I don't think anyone lost on Niners Jags. And UNC is going to be punting the ball away in their own end zone. Fantastic. Okay, we're at the 2-minute timeout. You gotta feel better about the Jaguars after Niners win? I do, yes. I feel very grateful we played Brock Purdy instead of Mac Jones, because I would have lost my mind if Mac Jones did that to us. I'm like, wait, our defense did that against that Niners team? I'm like, okay. Like, we're cooking. We're cooking. All right, let's see who I can raid. The halftime break. If I can raid anyone. I don't think anyone's doing this game. I think I'm the only one doing this game. North Carolina, there's always basketball season next month. Yes, there is. Yeah, I'm the only one doing this game. So we'll see if I can find another raider. Have Virginia Louisville is in a ranked matchup? Yeah, I had Louisville in my top 25. It's funny because Louisville's favored. Louisville's unranked, but they're favored. Now, in terms of expectations, they shrink because, of course, they do. Yep. Yeah, injured Purdy's worse than Mac. Yes. Based on that. Pack, Browns, and Charger Giants. Those are the 2 big ones, yes. Radio and C stream. That's what I'm going to try and do. I think we're going to try that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Michael. We're going to try rating a UNC streamer. We've rated him. Have we rated this guy before? Oh, I don't think we've rated this. We rated him for a basketball game before, so I don't know. If it's on YouTube, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna figure out who we're gonna raid. Texas murder Houston tonight? I think they do. I think Texas is so good. The punt here, fielded and fair call at the 10-yard line. So they're going to start this drive at the 10. Nice punt there by Air Force. 45 yards, no return on the play. Air Force gets the ball to start the second half. So you got to stop here. You're actually in a pretty good spot the halftime break. Yeah, we'll do a halftime run when the time comes. It'll be an absolute ride Penn State losing to UCLA. That would be insane. That would be nuts if that happened. They're going to run the option. Horvath going to keep himself. He's going to get down to the 13. They wonder how Navy plays this one. Air Force only has one timeout, so you might play this one very conservative until you get a first down, then you go. The Chiefs are on the table after the bye. They'd probably lose at least one, but they could. 2nd and 7. You figure they're not going to go quick on this drive. Seeing as Air Force has one timeout. I want to give them the ball back when you're pinned this far deep. 2nd and 7. That's overthrown. It was a miscommunication on that one. Thought his receiver was running an out route. He was not. He was not running an out route there. Cody Howard, the tight end, was the intended target. Brings up 3rd down. Now, if you don't get the first, Air Force can call a timeout. That's why I was confused with the strategy there. Air Force can now call a timeout if you don't get it. To the bottom on the top. Back to his right. If you don't get this first, they're going to be pinned pretty deep. Play clock's at 0. They're not getting this off. They're not getting this off, and Navy's going to have to burn a timeout because the play clock was running down, but they can't because delay of game. Back it up to the 8. Don't get the timeout in time. A sloppy drive for Navy. You would think this drive at your own 10 with a halftime, with a lead by 7, and Air Force one timeout, you run it 3 times. Burn that clock all the way down. And you just have Air Force get it back potentially with like 20 seconds left. But now they're going to have a lot of time to get it back. They can't get this first. It's going to be even worse. It's a false start. Back it up again. And Navy, a lot of penalties last week and back-to-back penalties here. Yeah, Broncos in Denver, Colts, Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. Yeah, they're not going to run the table, but backlash about Kentucky? Well, I didn't see that. Cam Nichols getting called for that one. An illegal snap. Yes, he fake hiked the ball. You can't do that, obviously. 3rd and 16. Yeah, 6 and 1's possible. Absolutely. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. I think the Jags game is going to tell us a lot about the Chiefs. Horvath going to take off and run to the 10, to the 15, and he gets down to the 18. So he'll be close to the sticks, but obviously shy of the sticks. And Air Force will burn their final timeout with 1:06. Fourth and 2, and they're going to have to punt this ball away. I'd be surprised if they go for it here. If you do go for it, you can just get the first down, then take a knee and go into the half. If you don't get it, obviously, Air Force starting field goal range. Yeah, let me figure who we're going to raid. This guy already has a fair amount of people in it, so might not do that. You can see Down right now. They're still doing are they showing Hulu? I hope they are. I hope they are. That'd be must-see TV. I hate watching the ones of like teams that are good. The ones of teams that are bad are really, really funny. Like Sunderland Till I Die, when they thought they were getting promoted and they got relegated instead. Oh man, that was cinema. You all thought they could start in Hindhill? Yep. Touchdown, Clemson. Holy cow. Jesus. 34-3. Stop. He's already dead. How's it going, Nate? Appreciate you, man. Okay, we've never raided this guy. I know that. We'll try him for a raid. We've never raided him before. We'll do that. We'll do him for a raid. So 4th and 1, Air Force, no timeouts left. Mark Sanchez in Indy? I did not. Wait, what the heck? Wait, what? What the heck? He got stabbed? What? Oh my, what the heck? Oh my god, I did not see that. Punt field and fair call at the 28-yard line. So a good punt there, going to flip the field. 52 yards, no return on the play. Air Force ball to 28. Holy cow. Right, no nerves, doing get blown out. Yep. I don't blame you. Going with house money. Like Americans have to find the blend of keep your good teams alive, but also staying alive. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Is he going to be calling the game now? So I'm guessing Sanchez was in Indy to call the game. Is he going to be on the... Like, what's Fox going to do? But, man, holy cow. 2 at the bottom of the screen. Going to run the option here with Zarka, and he'll get about 2 down to the 30. See if Navy takes a timeout, or if they're content going into the half of the 7-point game. I think they're content. They don't want to risk a big play. They're fine at 17-10. You know, it's legit. It's legit news, yeah. Down to the 35. Gonna throw. Scrambling out. Gonna fire on the run. Caught for a first down, the 43. Gain of 8. Clock stops with 30 seconds to reset. You know, that's insane. Holy cow. Right, was going to call the game, yeah. So, what the heck are they going to... Who's going to be the fill-in? Because obviously Sanchez is not going to be calling the game anymore. See, Sanchez is not calling the game. Any instance of emergency broadcaster change at the last minute? I think so. I think I can find something. Play action. Sacked on the play. That should do it. It's a loss of 7. It's Robinson. Second sack of the game. I know, he's not calling the game. And we go to the halftime break. Navy leads Air Force by 7. Air Force gets the ball to start the second half. With that in mind, we're going to take a halftime break. It's going to be a long day of streaming. We'll take a halftime break. This game over on CBS. The man we're going to raid is going to be this guy. It's a UNC fan. Heel Brothers. I'm going to raid him. Alright, I'm going to raid him. See you guys back in 18 minutes or so the second half. Here we go. 17-10, your score at the halftime break. See you in just a bit. All right, guys. Appreciate you tuning in for the start of the second half. Hopefully the raid went well. Air Force Navy. We got a 17-10 ball game here. Air Force allowing the final 14 points of the half. They do get the ball to start the second. Yeah, just saw the Mark Sanchez. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how he got stabbed. I don't know what on earth. Like, obviously, prayers up to him. That's insane. That is insane. He's recovering in stable condition. That's good, at least. That is good. At least that is good. I don't know what Fox is going to do about the game. I don't know who's going to call. Obviously, you gotta fill in someone. You gotta put someone in as color commentator, but they'll figure out logistics on that later because holy cow, that is absolutely nuts. That is absolutely nuts what happened to Sanchez, and fingers crossed that he recovers well because that is insane. This game over on CBS Fair, my favorite bet today. Ooh. Favorite bet today. Was it a bar fight? Ooh. Favorite bet today would... I'm assuming you're just talking spread. You're not talking like money line. Maybe Christina thinks of the booth. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. App State's only 1.5 over Oregon State, and it's at App State. I know they haven't looked good this year. Actually, have not looked that good this year, but might say UConn minus 6.5. Might go UConn minus 6.5. Yeah. Either? Oh, either. I mean, money line. I'll take Bama money line minus 550. I'll take Bama money line on that one, but we're going spread. I kind of like UConn minus 6.5 over FIU. Kind of like that. All right, kickoff, end zone, touchback ball to 25. 60% of you ride in with Navy to hold on for this one. Texas Tech and maybe Maryland. Yeah, Texas Tech. I do like Texas Tech a lot this year. I do like Texas Tech a lot this year. They look dominant against Utah. Their offense just clicking right now. I ball to 25. Glad we see it get embarrassed at home. Yep. We're going to be live later today for the Bama Vandy game, and we're going to be live as well for the Miami FSU game. And every donation counts to Stribble Tournament. The call home to decide which game we're calling. South Florida, North Texas, Rutgers, Washington, or Fresno State, Colorado State. Which game are we calling on Friday night? You're going to help me decide with your donations which game we are doing. One at the top of the screen. Back to his left. Going to keep himself. Sarka to the 30, and he'll get down to the 32. Gain of 7. Jackson Campbell. Oh, no, no reason to step in. No, of course not. Of course not. 2nd and 3. This Air Force offense really stifled in the first half. Minus Sarka. When I gave it to anyone else, it was not that good. About 90% of the yards that Air Force had in the first half came solely from Sarka, whether it was through the air or on the ground. He's going to get some more yards there down to the 41-yard line for a first down. And Michigan play with their food like... it's not pretty right now for Michigan. They should not be playing as poorly as they are. You hope Santa's okay. Yeah, you and me both. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. First down. Ball to 41. Handoff up the gut. And nothing doing. Again, when Zarka does not have the ball, Air Force can't do anything. We've noticed that in the first half. Cade Frew, that time gets a yard. That's it. Since they have 31-15 at the half. Man, we could see it. Set a call work today without pay. Was starting to feel like I was getting sick. Afraid if I didn't take care of it now, it could get worse. Smart move. Smart move. Hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully you're not sick. Got over 51 this game. I like the over in this one too. I like the over. To the bottom of the screen. Gives it again up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Trying to bounce outside though and nothing doing. Will only get 2. Brings up 3rd and 7 as Mark Anthony Parker stopping Dylan Carson on that one. Unless I touch it for the Wolverines, yeah, you're on the plus side of the 30. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Unless you said long-term analysis. Oh god, that sucks. That sucks. 3rd and 7. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. You know, if they're going to throw, Bruin's probably the go-to guy. They send 3. First 3 not there. Going to take off Zarka. Going to take off and run. Juke move to get down to the 49. Now I got a decision here. What's any details? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. First, look at teams and relative spreads. I think they do take that into account. To some extent. 4th and 2. When you're at midfield, you're down by 7. Do you play the field position penalty or do you go for it here? Let's see if they leave Zarka on the field. They are going to... They're going to allow him to go for it. There's 9 on the play clock. Everyone bunched inside. No one out wide. They're going for it. QB power. They fake it. Going deep down the field. It's called the 35 to the 30. It's Bruin to the 25. Bruin to the 20. Breaks the tackle the 15 down the 13-yard line. They fake the QB power. They bunch everyone inside. Everyone's expecting QB power up the middle. And instead, fools everyone down to the 13. What a beautiful play. Tim Tebow-esque right there. In terms of that jump pass. Oh, they're not punting. They're not punting. They're going for it. They got in the red zone. They faked the QB power, and Bruin just made himself open, got behind his man, Justin Ross, who bit on the QB power. Beautiful play design there. And Air Force with a nice chunk play. You know the go-to guy if they throw it is going to be Bruin. And he gets a huge gain there in the red zone. Gives it to the side now. Spin move, nothing doing. Gain of just 1 for Cade Frew. So when the Colts summary broke the news before it even hit TMZ. Wow. Wow. That is... Yeah, let me check. Yeah, let me see that. Yep, it was in there, yeah. 2nd 9, play action, slam pass, incomplete, wants a flag for PI. Not going to get it. Was looking for Quinn Smith, but now there is a flag on the field. Yeah, Clemson on 23 at one point, yep. Yeah, based on what Reddit said, bar fight, yeah. Based on what the guy on Reddit said, it was a bar fight. Low Millers, something at Low Millers. Pass interference is the call. Another penalty going against Navy. They've not played the cleanest game. We'll go without a bodyguard if I was a broadcaster. I don't know about that. I don't know what the bar fight was about. 1st and goal at the 2. The PI in the end zone. Same formation as the 4th down play. This time, gonna run it himself and nothing doing. You know this is 4 down territory here. 4 plays to get a yard. Or 3 plays out to get a yard, I should say. Zarka thrown down by Luke Paris. Second and goal. One bunched up inside once again. QB sneak diving ahead. I think he's in. Did he cross the plane? I think he did. No signal yet. Now they rule touchdown. William Zarka running it in himself, and Air Force an extra point away from tying this ball game up. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. His 6th of the season. No, exactly, yeah. Oh, 21st goal? Oh, crap. My bad. My bad. Not the prettiest extra point, but we're all tied up. Opening drive, they go down the field, take off 5 minutes off the clock, and we are all tied at 17 apiece. Yeah, missed the field goal on that one from Michigan. Yeah, never 21st. Heard 50 down, but never 21st. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. We got a good one here on CBS. We got a fun one here. 17 all your score. Navy getting it back after 14 straight points by the midshipmen. Air Force coming out firing all cylinders to start the second half, thanks to that 4th down conversion. And this Air Force offense, when Zarka's clicking, is really good. Even on that drive, like I was saying, this is a team that the bulk of the yards have come from Zarkov, whether it's on the air or the ground. No one else has really done anything in the running game, even on that drive. That throw was not Zarkov. They actually put Kemper Hodges in number 4. They actually, that fourth down throw was not Zarkov. That was actually Kemper Hodges. They replaced the quarterback in that one with Kemper Hodges. So I apologize on that one. Kemper Hodges was the one who made that fourth down throw. That was his first snap of the game. So they take the quarterback out on that fourth down play and put Hodges in. People are generally upset the Bills posted on X room for the Blue Jays, but their AAA teams in Buffalo. But they literally played in Buffalo too when COVID happened. When COVID happened, they played in Buffalo. Tied up, got a game. Let's go. Let's go. We got a fun one. You guys picked a good one. You guys picked a really good one. Contend with the fact that Michigan loses the game, Anthony get more fired faster. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get fired, though. I don't think he's getting fired. 17 all-year score will be live for Vandy, Bama after this one is done. Over on ABC. And hopefully we get a new video out tomorrow. Hopefully we get a new video out on JG9 tomorrow if all goes according to plan. But Bruins got 4 of the 7 catches for Air Force today. 134 yards receiving of the 154 that they've got. And Zarka with that touchdown run, over 100 yards on the day. 110 yards rushing, 117 yards passing. Almost perfectly balanced for him. As it's looking pretty good right now for Air Force's offense. Can their defense make a stop after 2 of the final 3 drives for Navy in that first half went for 6 the other way? What can they do here? Or at least Wisconsin's a conference opponent. That is also true. That is also true. I do not have a Vandy helmet. I do have a lot of Bama helmets, though. I do have Michigan. I do have the Navy helmet here. I do have the Navy helmet right there. Yeah, people shouldn't be upset about that. No. People shouldn't be upset about that. Literally, they played in Buffalo. The AAA affiliates in Buffalo, so of course they're gonna cheer for them. That's just what you do. The kickoff here, fielded at the goal line, taken out to the 10. And now going to be, oh, wow. He actually stumbled. He actually stumbled. As he was trying to cut the field, he stumbled. And Navy's going to have this at the 2-yard line. Never called fair catch. He stumbled and slipped at the goal line. You don't see that every day. And you're down at the spot here. It's not down by contact. It's once you're down, you're down. So Navy going to start at the 2-yard line. So he slips on the return. 3-yard line, actually. Pinned inside their own 5 on their kickoff. 2 the top, 1 the bottom. Horvath going to keep it himself. Goes up the gut to the 5 and jukes ahead to the 8-yard line. We'll call it again a 6. Give him some breathing room. Before he's sitting down the play. I think second on the stop, number 4. 2nd and 5. Yeah, costly tumble there. You are not kidding. You are not kidding on that one. Not ideal. No, it is not. Not ideal. You don't see that every day. A guy just slipping on his own accord after catching the ball in the kickoff. 2nd 5. 1 on the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 in the backfield. Horvath takes it. Hands it off up the middle. Got a huge hole of 15 to the 20. First down. Breaks a tackle at 25. Breaks a second tackle to the 30. He cannot be denied. He is not being denied right now. Gutierrez. Gain a 22, I should say, and a first down for the midshipman. UNC going to forfeit? You know, at this point, you might as well. At this point, you might as well. They are down by 28. So, they're down 35-7. Same score as the Niners-Rams game from 1958. So Gutierrez, the second touchdown game, goes for a big gain. They go quickly. Play action. Horvath, wheel route, open, has a step dropped by Chapman. Judgment second? Doesn't he usually bet second? He's usually second. It's a nice throw on the wheel route. Horvath was playing pretty well in that first half. Navy's doing a good job getting behind the secondary. Now just threw his hands. Had him open. Had him open. Oh, 35-3. Oh, that's even worse. It's even worse than the Niners-Rams game at 58. 2nd and 10. One on the top, one on the bottom, two in the backfield once again. Handoff up the middle to the 34-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3. Scooty errors once again. But some Jackson positive point differential as a franchise was against the Jets in 2012. It's been all downhill. It's been all downhill. Wisconsin, Michigan, that's peak Big Ten football. If you don't like that, you don't like Big Ten football. 3rd and 7. One at the top of the screen. Horvath, 3-step drop. Quick crawl route. Caught at the 38. Still be about 4 yards shy. I'm not crazy about that call unless you're going for on 4th. Because you're not going to get yards after the catch on that one. Nathan Kent on the grab, but are they going to go for it? You wouldn't call that play unless you're going for it. Because that's a player not getting yards after the catch. They are going to go for it, though, at least for the moment. Air Force went for it to start 4th down. Start the quarter. They went for on 4th down in a similar spot. Navy looking to do the same here. One on the top, two on the bottom. Will they take the snap? Man goes in motion. They are going to take the snap. Can be power for Horvath. He's got the first. The gutsy play pays off. To the 42-yard line. Needed 2, got 4. How's it going, Joe? It's going to be great to have a college football and posting baseball. Yes. Yes, it is. I cannot wait. This is what makes it worth it. October is a fun month for college sports. It's a good time in general. It's a good time in general. Brought down by Roger Jones at the 42-yard line, but they get the first. Yeah, we picked a good game. Kentucky, Georgia is awful. UNC Clemson would have hided out of it. One on the top, one on the bottom here. Horvath hands it off and bottled up behind the line, losing a yard. Chapman going nowhere. Brought down the play by number 93, Andrew Tillett. Peak point differential for the Jags plus 467 after the Raiders game. He won the one, what, 49-11? Yeah, I was at that game. That game was nuts. And it was all downhill from there. We're probably at like minus 1,000 right now. We're actually probably at minus 1,000. 2nd and 11. Yeah, something about Sanchez. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Hopefully he's okay. 2nd 11. 2 in the backfield, 2 at the top. Man goes in motion. Horvath going to keep himself. He's got daylight at the 50. 45, 40, 35, 30. No one on him. No one in the second level. He's gone. He is gone. Touchdown. Horvath, touchdown Navy. They answer Air Force's touchdown with a touchdown of their own. Yeah, no playoff starts anymore. Yep. 23-17. Horvath, a 59-yard scamper. His 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Third touchdown for Navy today. Eli had the first 2. Horvath gets that one. And Horvath, after throwing 2 passing touchdowns earlier in this game for 211 yards he's now over 100 rushing yards. And he finds the end zone, making it a 24-17 game. Currently a minus 1,002. Oh, I was on the right track. I was on the right track with that one. First, my card doing better. Thank God. Thank God for that. Oh, yeah, Cubs game just started. You got to throw that one on. 1-0 Cubs already. Wow. 24-17 your score. Midshipman in front. Horvath up the middle with a 59-yard run. And for Horvath, that's his longest run of the season. That's Horvath's longest run of the year by a lot. His previous long was 35. Georgia touchdown as well. 28-7 in that one. Is the game to go to? Yes. Yes, he did. Yeah, this one's been pretty good. Yeah, the worst ever, thank God, at least. Thank God for that. Horvath, the reason Navy's been good? Yes. No, Horvath is very good. Horvath is very good. Bryce Underwood, one of the quarterbacks of all time. Yeah, he is. Great. Okay, apparently... Okay, apparently Mark Sanchez might get arrested after this. Apparently Sanchez might have been the guy that started it. According to the guy that broke the story, the guy who broke the story says, I heard he may be arrested when he's released from the hospital. So, you have to get where it happened. It happened at a bar. It happened at the guy who broke the story on Reddit. It was at Low Miller's. Apparently Sanchez might be the one that gets arrested after this, once he gets released from the hospital. But we will obviously see on that. See, nothing official yet, but we obviously know Sanchez is in the hospital right now. You possibly start a fight and then out of hand. Kickoff touchback. Well, the 25, going to take himself and down to the 38. Gain a 13 for Liam Zarka. Having a good game so far. Got the rushing touchdown last time. He might sign 59 since Shaw took over. No, Shaw took over in 2012. Shaw took over in 2012. What about Sanchez stabbed? He might have been the one that started. And then who will call the Colts game? I have no idea. I have no idea. Does Chip own that bar? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming no. I think it's a different spelling. The toss play here will get 3 to the 41-yard line. Cade Harris. Oh, no, I get it. I think it's a different spelling. I think it's L-O-U-G-H on that one. Right, shot didn't do anything with the 2013. That is also true. That is also true. 2nd and 6. Hand up the middle to the 45 and right at the lines again. I think he's got it at the 48. It's going to be close. They are going to give it to him. First down up the middle at the 47-yard line. I would say Cincy on. Trying to get it on. Trying to get the Cubs game on too. First down. The toss play here on the option. Brought down the 48-yard line. Cade Frew gets into plus territory again. Air Force got into plus territory just about every single drive today. Yeah, Fox is going to send a replacement. I think so. Or something for the radio, the Colts radio crew sipping. They could do that. They could do that. Because it's tough to prepare for a game in 24 hours. It is very hard to prepare for a game in 24 hours. Because you watch a lot of film, you do the interviews and whatnot. It's going to be tough. Second down. One the top, one the bottom. Keeping it on the option. Sarka down to the 39. Runs to the side on that one before he's taken down by Landon Robinson after a nice gain. Iowa State stays alive after one goal. Ooh. Matt Millen would replace Sanchez. Do they have anyone in the area right now in the Indianapolis area that could do the game, potentially? Is the question. One on the top, one on the bottom. Well, the 39. Going to give it up the gut to the 35. Breaks the tackle. Muscling ahead for the first down. The 29. Got all 10 yards on that one for the first down. Up the middle goes Terrence Gist. I believe that's his first carry of the game. Only had 10 carries entering this one, down to the 29. Second Saturday? You could have Saturday do it. What do they call McFlip's color commentator? He's probably got a non-compete. Yeah, Eric Collins is doing the game. His first NFL game. Sarga going to keep himself down to the 24. Gain of 5. Brought down by Sessi. Yes, the calls are going to be interesting. That game is either going to be a glorious train wreck or it's going to be incredible, and there's no in between. I don't know how he's going to sound. It could be a disaster. It could be incredible. I don't know. But I'm excited to see. The audio will be on that game. The audio will be on that game for sure. I'll put it that way. The audio will be on that game. Second and 5. Gonna look to throw. Keep his eyes down the field. Checks it down to his back. It's caught at the 19-yard line. It's Cade Harris. Nice job there by Sarka keeping the eyes down the field. Haven't thrown a lot this drive, but they get the 5 yards there once again in the red zone. Was it play-by-play? I would assume Ammon's at play-by-play. They got Big Topic lined up? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Chris Myers. Oh, it's Chris Myers. Oh, boy. You remember when NBC had to replace Steve Hill for the AFC Championship? Yes. They give to the side, although that was for the pregame show. It's a little bit different. 2nd and 9. One touch, a double. Run there by Frew. Only a yard. It's been a long drive here. Touchdown Iowa State. Ooh, right back in this thing. Right back in this thing. Second and 9. Could be the final play of the quarter. And it will be. Sarger just going to keep it himself on the speed option, but nothing doing there. Taken down by Kenneth McShann. Brings up 3rd and 9 when we get back. Who's the emergency announcer? Well, he might not be available. He might get arrested. He's either going to be in jail or in the hospital. I'll put that on. I might have to, yeah. I mean, if Fox needs me to fly out, I will. I'll do it. I'll do it. Jags don't play tomorrow, so I'll do it. When we've Gus Johnson clad ounce and pay Chris Rice for the week off, you could do that. Call by Goldberg lines with him. He said 3rd and 17. That was the game score. Yep. That was, please God, don't have Goldberg do the game. 2-1 now, Brewers. I'll put a poll up. So we go to the 4th quarter in this one. Long drive for Air Force starting at the 25-yard line. Taking 6 minutes off the clock so far. Their first drive took 5 minutes off. This drive taking over 6 minutes. But now in a spot where they're likely going to have to throw. 9 of the 10 plays this drive were runs. How's it going, Ben? Birthday tomorrow? Kind of said no birthday weekend. Also going to watch Vandy Ben. Happy early birthday, man. Happy early birthday. You know Vols today. No Vols today. Or they're easily fly them in. They have the chemistry. You could do that. You could easily do that. Yeah, not even that. They use a mound visit. That's a good sign. 6 pitches in. Or they're figuring out something. I don't know if it's in the contract though that they're like they might have something in the contract that says they can't do NFL games, or if they do, they have to get paid like a substantial amount. Turn 70 tomorrow. It's a good age. 17 is a good age. That was a fun year. Yeah, I haven't seen baseball coverage yet, so Chris Myers on the call. Unless he calls again by himself, which please God no. We're going to have to figure out something. We'll have to figure out something. I'll do a video on it for sure. At some point this week, we'll do a video on that from a historical standpoint. Should have a video dropping tomorrow on something Browns-Vikings related, if all goes according to plan. We should have a Browns-Vikings related vid. We'll have 3rd and 9 when we get back. I guess it's done before, but it hasn't done in a while. Who's going to replace Sanchez? We don't know yet. We know. It could be Klatt. It could be Klatt. We don't know who's going to replace him. They could bring in someone from one of the radio teams. Bring in a local announcer, potentially. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. If they want me, I'll do it. Florida upsetting Texas this week? No, I could not. No. I cannot see it happening. I would be stunned. Lagway is not good. I would be stunned if that happens. Am I streaming again tomorrow? Yes, I am. I'm doing the Bills-Patriots game. If they want to fly me out to Indy, I'll do that. If they want to fly me out, I'll make it work. I've seen all the Raiders and Colts games this year. Be very biased against the Colts, but they want me to do it for whatever crazy reason. 3rd and 9, the 18 are like Gronk or Vic to announce. I think isn't Vic coaching right now? Vic's coaching. Gronk, that would be a train wreck. Terry Bradshaw. Get Terry Bradshaw to announce it. Yes, get Terry. My God, that would be a train wreck. All right, 3rd and 9 at the 18-yard line. So we're sitting around with Navy to win this one. Let's do this thing. 2 in the backfield. Zarka takes it. They send 3. Looking. End zone. Caught. Bruin. Touchdown. Bruin up a comeback right now. As it is 24-23, extra point away from tying this ball game up. Nominate Frazen? Yes. I nominate Frazen. Bruin's been the go-to guy all day whenever they throw a pass. He's now got 5 of the 9 completions. 152 yards for the tight end. Gets behind the defense. 2 drives for Air Force this half, 2 touchdowns. And the extra point is right down the middle. How's it going, Tippy? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Give me a game to watch on my stick as well. At the same time. No, it's not the first touchdown pass of the whole game. No, Eli had one earlier for Navy. Not the first touchdown pass of the whole game. Where it was 21, the Jaguars game against the Cardinals. It was Agnew. Besides Bama Vandy. Ooh. I would say... Florida, Texas. Florida, Texas, I would load up. Why not? Florida, Texas. Yeah, we'll go Florida, Texas on that one. Bob's doing good despite the early homer. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That was a bad error there, too. It was a bad error. Right in the glove. It should have been an easy 4-3. We got a double play on that one, too. But oh, right now? Iowa State, Cincinnati. Iowa State, Cincinnati. We got for Air Force. Yeah, first touchdown best game for Air Force. Zarka, 140 yards and a passing touchdown. 2 rushing touchdowns as well. It's the battle of the quarterbacks right now. Horvath, 3 touchdowns today. Zarka, 3 touchdowns today. All 6 touchdowns today coming from the quarterbacks in some ways. Why is such a majority of the country from getting Chargers, Commies, and Bengals, Lions? I have no idea. I wish I had a good answer for that one because I have no idea. Because Chargers, Commies is the better game. And now that Daniels is playing, it makes no sense why you want Jake Browning and the Bengals after watching the Bengals play on Monday night and how bad they looked. And then with the national game for the Bengals-Vikings game, week 3, the national CBS game was so bad they flipped out at halftime. So I don't know what they see in the Bengals to make that switch. 24 all. They can beat the Cubs. So they have the firepower to take on a team like the Dodgers or the Phillies. Yeah. There's no real weak links. That's the thing. There's no one that scares you on the Brewers, but there's no weak links. Commies Commanders. They're the Commanders. Honestly, we have 52-3.5. Yeah, it's not going to be good. That game could get very ugly very quickly. That Bengals defense and Jake Browning on offense, that game could get very ugly. 24 all. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. Try to grow this thing even more. Bengals are going to QB trade before the deadline. I'm going to say yes on that. I'm going to say yes. Because right now it is painful watching this team play. Kickoff field at the 8-yard line, taken to the 10, 15, 20. No stumble this time to the 25. And down to the 28-yard line on the return. Goes Isaiah Bryant. Right, he appeared, right. If he's hospitalized while he appears to be a victim, how could he get arrested? Well, he's being hospitalized, right? I think it was, I mean, obviously he fought someone, but he might have been the one that started it. I got the bot. NC State or Campbell? Oh, NC State, not even close. NC State. Ball the 29-yard line. They give up the middle to the 30, and that's it. 1 yard on that one. Chapman brings up second down. Every drive has been a touchdown. So, like, I'm fine with him. He didn't call a good game against the Niners, but I'm usually fine with him. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 2 in the backfield. Every drive this half has been a touchdown. 2 for Air Force, 1 for Navy. Horvath dropping back to throw. Trying to avoid the sack. And he'll get off a two-handed pass to the 34. Nice job there with the pressure. Gutierrez on the grab. I don't want anyone getting stabbed. Third and 5. All the 34. Being wrapped around by the legs. Somehow able to get that one off. Back to his right. Chapman in motion. Out route. Drilled but caught at the 40-yard line. What a phenomenal job by Eli absorbing the contact. Knew he was going to get drilled on that. We scored 2 touchdowns today. He's having a monster game, and that's another big play. Taylor Swift album, I'm not crazy about it. Not crazy about it. There's some songs I really like off it, but there's a lot where it's like, oh, this is forgettable, kind of bland. And some of the lyrics are just really odd. Really odd. First down the 40. Once again, Chapman motion, play action. Horvath going deep down the field. Has a man open. Caught at the 20. 15, 10, 5. Give him his hat trick. Eli, touchdown. Eli does it again. Three touchdown passes for Horvath, all going to Eli. He's got over 200 yards receiving today. And the midshipmen have gone behind Air Force's secondary all day. Remember that Air Force last week against Hawaii allowed 457 yards passing. This is not a great defense, especially through the air. And you're seeing it today. So Navy hasn't thrown a lot, but when they do, they've done really well. Horvath, 14 for 18, 281 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He's been phenomenal. Extra point is good. 31-24. You know, it has over 51 with a team like Air Force. Yeah, this was a very easy spread. Got buff for baseball, yep. Describe her in NFL terms. High expectations, first half is good, and then just plummets. Maybe the 23 Jaguars? I think Kentucky's going to win. I don't think so either. Should Belichick not taking the UNC job? I mean, I think for UNC's sake, he shouldn't have taken it. In Belichick, I get why he took it. I think for UNC's sake, it hasn't worked out. 31-24 your score. Air Force getting it back. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button and subscribe. Really helps out. We got 170 in the chat right now. Appreciate all you guys being here. And we're going to be live later for the Vanderbilt, Alabama game. We're going to link that so you can go join that stream once this one is done with. Bro's running from Michigan. I dropped it. Yeah, classic Big Ten football right now. Classic Big Ten football. Has not worked out so far for UNC. Not even close. Not even remotely close. All right, let me do that. I'm going to unlock the chat in that one. Yeah, boy might get pulled. It's not a good start. Do you pull him? Because, again, the thing is that, obviously, it's a 5-game series. You don't want to waste your arms. Yeah, go to your super contributor this game. Yeah, because this has been a very good game. All right. You're going to pull him? Wow. I would not pull him this early. I'm not depleting my pen this early. Especially because you play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not depleting my pen this early. If I had a nickel for every time Belichick let a 23 comeback, I'd only have one nickel. Yeah, he's not doing it today. It's not a lot, but it's special. It only happened once. Yep. Oh, they do have the off day. Oh, I forgot they have the off day tomorrow. Okay, yeah, never mind then. I forgot they have the off day tomorrow. Pitt's up 30-0 in the red zone. O'Brien is feeble. I did not see Pitt blowing him out. I did not see that coming. I did not see that. Doozy might keep his job now. All right, Doozy might keep his job. 31-24 your score. Yeah, we have emojis in the chat for both these teams. Whether you're an Air Force fan or a Navy fan. Warner said that was a very good plot twist. Oh, absolutely. Monster Inc. is a great movie. Monster Inc. is a phenomenal movie. The kickoff here, end zone, touchback. Can't say 31-17, can't say win. I mean, if they're up by 14, yeah, they can win. Absolutely. Monster Inc. will be mid. I don't know, their coasters have been pretty good lately. I will say their coasters have been pretty good. We've been talking about a door coaster for 2 decades at this point. I think it's gonna be worth the hype. Maryland versus Washington. I have Washington winning that one by a hair. And the one by like 3. They get to the sides of the 30 and down the 34-yard line. Gain of 9 for Zarka. You guys having a very good day so far. After 30 pitches. Wow. APD releases Saban. Here we go. Just got tweeted out. They gave him the first down. Okay, they're investigating. Both individuals have been investigated. Both men received treatment. Sanchez remains hospitalized. They don't say anything about the victim, the other person. They give to the side, down to the 44. 2nd and 1. Hans gets to his fill-in. Yes and no. I would say there was never any indication that there was Florida, Texas. I do not have that. I don't trust Napier. I don't trust Flagway. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I think, but I think Hans, it could have been executed a little bit better. The problem with Hans is that everything that he did made it seem like he was in love. Even, like, subtly. Even when, like, she wasn't looking. Incomplete. Looking for the check down there to the tight end, Bruin. Will be overthrown, 3rd and 1. Yeah, so there's about Sanchez, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to dive into with that one. But 3rd and 1. You figure it's 4-down territory here. Lawyer even explained the fact you're in new midfield. He went for it earlier on 4th. But the 44 need 1 yard on 2 plays. Zarka. Going to give it up the middle. Easy first down. Give it to the fullback at the 47-yard line. That is Dylan Carlson. His medication is very subtle. I mean, I was fine with the twist. I just think it could have been executed a little bit better. Could be Leinart. You know, Leinert's not a bad play. Leinert's not a bad pick for that. With a former USC quarterback. Place another USC quarterback. Motioning over is Harris. Play action. Going deep. Open. Has a step. Caught. We're all tied up. What a game this has been. Deep down the field. Wide open. Has a step. And it's Jonah Dawson. His first grab of the season. But what a grab that is. What a game. And with 11 to go, we're going to be tied at 31. What's all much baseball? Yep. Every drive has been a touchdown this game. Had the step, and what a time for your first reception of the year. Sarka. 193 yards passing, 147 yards rushing. The extra point is good. We're tied at 31. We have a shootout on our hands, folks. Another game where Air Force goes over 30. They've scored 30 in every single game this season. They've also allowed 30 in every game against an FBS opponent this season. Air Force someone loves you, yeah. You got a guy with Mr. Sense, love, yeah. You could do that. Since they're after stop punt for the first time today. We got a good one now. Iowa State coming back. This game has been insane over on CBS. And if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button and subscribe. Both teams airing it out to some extent. You don't really consider Service Academy teams as teams that throw the ball a lot, but not afraid to. Here, Zarka, 15 passes attempted. He's got nearly 200 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. And Horvath, 14 for 18. The ratio is actually pretty even. 18 passes, 21 carries. You know, he's not calling the game tomorrow. You right call Wade moving the Department of Defense because the Service Academies are allergic to defense. Yep. 70-0 your prediction? Yeah, that sounds about right. 6-1 Milwaukee. Yep. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm going to turn that one off. I'm going to turn that one off. I'm going to just assume on that one. $31 all your score. Yeah, the Brewers game is done. This one is not even close to done. This one is a fun one. We got a lot in the chat right now, too. This game over on CBS. The Brewers are in a comfortable position, like a 1-0 lead. Yep. Pending the choke of all chokes. You know, it's still the first inning. It is still the first inning. It is bad. Remember Zola would save the team? This one, he could save the Cubs. Put him in, coach. Put the bear in. Again, after this is done, click that link above to watch the Alabama-Vandy game over on ABC. It's our second game that we're calling, and we got Miami FSU later tonight. Every donation also counts for you. You have to call again. Decide which game we're calling Friday night. South Florida, North Texas, Rutgers, Washington, or Fresno State against Colorado State. Which game are we doing on Friday night? You got today and today only to decide on this. You make the call. So just keep that in mind. You got today and today only. Yeah, the average Rockies game. Yeah, just the Twins-Yankees wildcard game. How's it going? It's Moore, Hardy, Sayan, Chambliss, Mendoza. I think Simpson needs to be in the top 5 on that one. I think Simpson needs to be in the top 5. But I can see Moore. Yeah, Moore I would say is the favorite right now. I think Moore, Mendoza are 1-2. Right now, we're going to see a lot in the Oregon-Indiana game next week. We're just going to call it the same time as Red River. Kickoff here, fielded at the 11. Taken out to the 15. Trying to find some space to the side. Cuts up field to the 20. Running out of real estate, though, as he will be pushed out of bounds to the 23-yard line. Forced out of bounds on the play by Rocco Conti. If Lundberg turned to a trade and Padres outfielders can run to him every time they try to catch a fly ball. That could help. 65% you on the midshipman to win this one. Every drive has been a touchdown this half. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the midshipmen. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Falcons. Give the deficit a 5. There you go. I would say quick 3 now. They're punting from their own end zone. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Two in the backfield. Play action. Now Horvath going to keep it himself. Takes off to the 25. And down to the 26 before forward progress rules him dead. After a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. And this has been a really good game over on CBS. Navy looking to stay undefeated. Air Force looking for their first win of the season against an FBS opponent. The story for Air Force all season has been offense good, defense not so much. We're seeing that once again play out here today. 2nd and 7. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Tight end in motion. Horvath looks to throw. Fade route. 1-on-1. Eli, are you kidding me? He's over 200 yards receiving. He's going to add to that total at the 46-yard line. There's a flag on the play. If it stands, it's a first down. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So moving up to the 31-yard line of Air Force. Are you kidding me with this game? Horvath is dropping dimes right now. The senior quarterback looking sensational. He gets hit low. Wasn't a late hit, but it was a low hit. You can't hit him below the knees like that. And Eli with the one-on-one coverage. Gets by second. It seems like every time they throw it deep, it's one-on-one. And it's an easy completion. Eli has set the Navy record for most receiving yards in a game. 236. Play action again. Horvath checks it down. Caught on the flat at the 30-yard line. Gain of 2. That's Shane Reynolds, the senior back. His first grab of the day. How's it going, Jake? Appreciate it tuning in. Comes to the lead and it's gone. There you go. 2nd and 8. Got a haircut? Yes, I do. Yep. Need Navy to lose 17K on the line. Wow. You're not the first person to bet on Air Force. So Eli has set the Navy record, like you see on your screen, for most receiving yards in a game. And cold feet? Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. Don't think they're going to do it, unfortunately. 1 top, 1 bottom, 2 in the backfield. 2nd down. 9 minutes to go. The handoff up the gut. Keeping the pile moving to the 26, maybe the 25. It's going to be 3rd and medium. Yeah, what an awesome football game. You are not kidding on that one, Relative Sturdy. You are not kidding there. Yeah, Belichick's never going to quit because of the guaranteed buyout. No. The money is just insane. The money he gets is insane. The buyout is substantial. Yeah, this has been a fun game so far. This has been the best game of the early window by far. You guys picked this one, and I'm glad you did, because this has been a fun one. You guys seem to be enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, too. We got a lot in the chat again. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Help us out on the channel. 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Back to his left. 3rd and 3. Horvath with a man in motion. Takes it, hands it off up the middle. That is going to be a first down at the 22-yard line. It's Shane Reynolds. They send Noah Bull in motion. And it fools him enough to get the first. 900 cash out right now. Is my baseball on? Well, I did, and then it was 6-1. 900 cash out right now. What'd you bet at first? I mean, you can make a profit of 900 in cash now, but if you're saying you're going to lose $16,000, you get 900 as a cash out. I will not cash out. Going deep. End zone play action. Open but overthrown. One of the few bad throws Horvath's had today. Had him open in the back of the end zone. Got behind him. Got behind him on that one. Cody Howard, the tight end. Or 12 and 27 across the field. I don't know what the significance of that is. Brewers up 6-1. Yes, they are. Yep. Mr. Western Michigan? They can. Yeah. Matt Jones saw dead by them. Ran outside the Niners hotel in the morning game. Holy cow. That is nuts. Jason 4. Yes, I am. Yes. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right. 7:41 to go in this one in regulation. Horvath takes it. They send 4. Plenty of time. But now pressure has to avoid the sack and will throw it away. Incomplete. We'll see if they call grounding on that one. Was there a guy in the area? He was not outside the pocket. Mr. Helmby only had 14 minutes of playoffs. No, I don't. A lot of seasons would be done by April. It wasn't as fun. I think now is fine. Yeah, that should be grounding. There was no one in the area. I was going to say the tight end was in the area, but it's a very generous description of in the area. 3rd down after back-to-back completions by Horvath. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Gonna throw. They send 5. Middle of the field. Open. Caught. Did he get the first? Down at the 12. Guerin on the grab. It's going to be a close spot here. Obviously, there's no decision you're going for if he didn't get it. Did he get it is the question. They're going to say no. He's short by a yard. Short by a yard. Giant airplane. Fire the AD. Yeah, I don't blame him. The fans are frustrated. They have every right to be. One on the Air Force game. The other eye watching the club's UNC car wreck. Yeah, that is... Belichick is doing a good job with UNC so far. 4th and 1. Under center is Horvath. 5 on the play clock. And they will not call a play. Timeout called by Navy. They'll have 2 left. They're going to think this one over a little bit. We're in Seattle tomorrow. That'd be the best case scenario. They have a roof. They have a roof at T-Mobile. So, no rainouts. So 17 kickers is a part. Yeah, I was going to say Q hedge. Like, yeah, Mark Sanchez is in Indy. If you can't ask him tomorrow, what do you think Fox might do? He's in stable condition, yes. I don't know what they're going to do. My guess they're going to get a college announcer over. Probably like Liner, Klatt. I think one of those 2 guys they'll get over. That's my guess. So 4th and 1. I don't think there's a decision here. Now the bot's getting it right. There you go. We have over 200 people in the chat right now. Again, if you like what you see, folks, if you like, subscribe. And make sure to join me for the Alabama-Vandy game that we are doing at 3:30. We're going to do that game. Click that link above. We're going to do that one after this one is done. We're going to do that one over on ABC. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. And again, every donation counts as triple tournament. They call how many decide which game we're calling Friday night. Are we calling South Florida, North Texas, Rutgers, Washington, or Fresno State against Colorado State? You're going to help me decide which game we are doing. Yeah, first Scott Thompson was robbed, and now Sanchez stepping in. Yeah. Although apparently Sanchez started the fight. Apparently Sanchez is going to get arrested when he's done. Would I probably hedge or bet? Yes, I would. I would definitely hedge. Finns Panthers being national game server. Here's Eric Collins. It's only being shown in Miami and Carolina. It should be national just to hear the call, but I will be listening to it. I will be taking some notes, and I will be scrutinizing every detail of that broadcast. Don't you worry. We'll have a video drop in on Monday if the broadcast is anything to write home about. In a good way or a bad way. If it's just okay, probably not, but it could be a train wreck. I don't know. He was delivering food when Sanchez told me he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. The man told us, okay, wait. Alright. So police report told police he was delivering food. Sanchez told me he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. Okay, man told police Sanchez started threatening following him and then attacked him. Man said he tried to pepper spray Sanchez, it didn't work. He said the night he tried defending himself with a knife. Holy cow. Over a parking spot? You're kidding me. This happened over a parking spot. Oh my God. That is nuts. Over a parking spot. They're going for it after the timeout. 4th and 1. Again, every drive has been a touchdown this half on both sides. Everyone bunched up. 4th and 1. Man in motion. Horvath. Play is blown dead. False start. Back it up. So after the timeout, probably now going to have to kick the field goal. Best soda drink on game day? I'm not a soda guy. From Report Fox 59 Indy. Wow. Spoke to North Carolina for a matchup between Dolphins and Panthers. Will I scrutinize it? No. No one scrutinizes that. 4th and 6 left to kick the field goal now. You're not going for it here. There was some movement. Not much. 8th penalty of the game on Navy. Now the field goal try for Nathan Kirkwood from 35 yards out or thereabout. Kirkwood's long this year is 28. But he drills that one. 34-31. Navy in front. But the Air Force defense gets a stop in the red area. It'll be Air Force ball after scoring a touchdown on each of their last 3 drives. Air Force gets it back when we get back over on CBS. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll put a poll up. Who wins this one? put the poll up. And again, we will be live for Bama Vandy after this is done. Roll down 6 cents. Say, ooh, interesting one. Diet Coke, zero sugar, good for you. Soda's certainly not good for you. A production assistant for men's women's soccer games for UConn. Any tips? Production assistant. Ooh. So behind the truck. Okay. So you're in the truck. I would say just be responsive. I mean, when you're an assistant, I would say just the biggest tip is just be responsive, do whatever they need you to do. That's half the battle, being an assistant. If that's true, it's definitely fault, but if there was an imminent threat of life, the guy who said would walk, yeah. Hype, though, I don't want to go into broadcast, but I love sports. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, broadcasting is an interesting field. It's a very interesting field, but it's a lot. It's a lot, but working in sports is fun. Working in sports, because it's nice because, like, every day is different. Every day is different with that, which is awesome. You never know what you're going to get with a game. You never know what you're going to get. Chris Lewis was the last one to make his broadcast debut. I think so. I think it was the last one, and that was on CBS, so I don't know the last time Fox had one. Been told about keeping stats to research for the players? Oh, then, yeah. Okay, so if you're doing that, definitely say come prepared. It's better to over-prepare than unprepare. You want to have as much information as possible. Better to over-prepare than unprepare. Basically, what can they get on the broadcast that they, like, what can you provide that Google would not provide, basically? They can't just give it a simple Google search. What are you providing that no one else is providing? So come prepared with all the players, and obviously you can't lose focus when you're keeping stats. Burkhart, oh, that was a while ago. Burkhart made this to be a while ago. He's been around for a while. Yeah, balance that by drinking water. Yep, that's important. That's important as well. All right, 6:47 to go in regulation. Navy leading by 3. We got a good one on our hands, folks. Yeah, first games are next weekend. Yep. Michigan up 24-7. Yeah, I think that one's looking just about over. Fair catch call for at the 3-yard line, and Air Force is going to take over on the touchback. Yeah, Bloodstone saw the Coke Zero. That's not good. So the 2010s, I think it was 2000s. I think Burkhart CPU was in the 2000s. Wait, Google can provide anything. I guess it was a little bit different when I was doing games, because they don't like Google AI, but even Google AI is like off all the time. Or just like, I would say more than one click, I would say. More than one click. Load again. Jeez, for the Brewers. Will beat FIU today? I think UConn will win that game. Go to women's soccer today? Have a good time. Have a good time. That's always fun. One the top, one the bottom. Play action. Sarka stepping up, throwing on the run, and incomplete. Arm was coming forward, so no fumble. That was obviously a very wobbly thing. My ChatGPT can provide anything, yeah, but a lot of it's wrong. A lot of it's wrong nowadays. I guess a little bit different now. It's easier and harder at the same time, because obviously some of the information is not reliable out there. But I guess it's a lot easier to do research than it was before on teams. Than when I was broadcasting in the 2010s. Yes, this game with touchdown. We're at that point. One the top, one the bottom. Make it a 3-score game, they can. They're going to try the speed option. Sark again keep it himself, and he's going to spin out of trouble to the 32-yard line. Gain a 7, 3rd and 3. It's Travis Rush. I think it's going to be a bad game. I think Texans win that one, though. Foxton, AI vid on Urban Meyer. Oh, you're kidding me. Please tell me they did not. Please tell me they did not do that. Please tell me they did not do that. I'm assuming that's a joke. Am I doing overtime today? Not after this game, though. After this game, there's no way, because we're doing the Alabama Vandy game after this is done. You know, I don't see anything about the Urban Meyer thing. I don't see anything. 3rd down. Play action, the flat, wide open, caught first down at the 37-yard line. Gain of 5, Cade Harris on the grab. So there, scrim. Oh boy, can do a Selly? I can't do the Selly. Oh, today? Oh, I'm doing overtime today. If my voice holds up, we'll do it after the Miami game is done. Yeah, we'll do that. One at the top, one at the bottom. 5.5 to go in this one. Air Force is scoring all their drives this half. Going to keep himself Sarka up the middle to the 39-yard line, gain of 2. You figure everything is 4-down territory at this point with how this game is going. You just don't want to get behind schedule. Nick Benito, I mean, he's so good. Nick Benito was so good. I did like when he did the Selly. I did like it. I just can't do it. Under 5 to go here. Air Force dominating time possession over 30 minutes. While their drives this half taking over 5-6 minutes off the clock. 1 at the top, or 2 at the top now. Guy goes in motion, play action. Zarka, middle of the field, it's caught by his tight end. Who else but Bruin to the 48-yard line. He's having a monster game, over 150 yards receiving. And they're in plus territory. You have Stratus and Snow Worthy? Yeah, why not? Why not? Another huge grab for Bruin. Ball at the 48-yard line. Takes a snap, play action. Fires on the run. Incomplete, out of bounds. Going for the second read, deep down the field with under 4 to go. 2nd and 10. Basic Brewers score 2 more G's. We gotta keep us home. All right. Second and 10. Sarka going to keep himself, makes a man miss, fakes the pitch. He'll get 2 on the play, maybe only a yard. Brought down to 47. You know, I don't think anyone understands it. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. It's nothing. For those curious, Bruin 6 catches, 166 yards. To enter the top 5 all-time in a game in Air Force history, he's got to get to 184. Which Jason Brown did against Utah in 2005. He's only 18 yards off from a top 5 performance in Air Force history in receiving yards. 3rd and 9, 4-down territory here. Under center. Is Zarka going to run the option? Tipped pass! It's in! Going to be a fumble! Navy read it all the way on the speed option. They ran the option, didn't see the defensive lineman bat that ball. We're just tossing that blindly. Air Force turns it over. Landon Robinson. What's the link? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, watch it on the, let me go. It's first Jack's Coach Wednesday view fiction. But it was tipped. It was tipped on the pitch. Campbell stuck a hand out there. Jackson Campbell, the senior linebacker, knew what was coming. YouTube might not let you. But if it's on Foxconn, if it's on Instagram, I might be able to see it. First down for Navy with under 3 to go. Fox somebody was you. Fox was flying to you. Second down and 6. Clock's running. Post link on X tab. Perfect. All right. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Ball the 45-yard line. If it was Denman walking, he should be at this point. Handoff here. Horvath. Flag comes in the backfield in the area of holding. Usually this is a holding call. It comes in that area. As it stands, it's going to be 3rd and 6. Yeah, Blowers will blow it in a short time. You love how this, every game would have been heighted. I love how every game would have been heighted. Navy going to win? I think so. I think at this point. Say previous question. Did not go through. Yep, holding is the call. Penalty is declined. Ooh, I don't know about that. Ooh, I don't know about that. They're declining the hold. So instead of 2nd and 16, it's going to be 3rd and 6. Oh, I'd rather have 2nd and 16. 3rd and 6, they might go for it. It might be 4-down territory. They only need 3 yards for play. They're right on the plus side of the 50. I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I'm going to watch it in between the games. Wow, I would have accepted the holding. I would have accepted that all the way. They might go for it on 4th if they don't get this on 3rd. 3rd and 7. We'll see if the decision to decline backfires. Horvath keeps himself. Oh, yeah, it's backfiring. That's a 1st down. That's a 1st down. Gain of 7. Let's see if I can call a game live. Oh, it's been a bit. It's been a bit. Oh, jeez, Michael. Wow. Panther fans are calling the new UFO owner stinks and boycott league and look at the team back. I mean, I get boycotting league. I get it. I get it. Just because... See, when you lose your team, it sucks. I don't blame them. But they get 7. I don't know why they didn't accept the penalty. I don't know why you wouldn't accept. Now, Air Force has all the timeouts, though. They get logos wrong? Oh, no. Yeah, it sent that time. Yeah, it sent that time. Is there student safety to take care of? That's smart, then. That's smart. Student safety comes first. All right, let me see this. I'm terrified. Hang on. An info wrong? Oh no. Comes use position player if they're in a jam. Yeah, I think they could. Save an arm. I know you don't have the game tomorrow, but yeah. Aaron Rodgers level. Oh god. I have to see this. So I'll do a video on it. You know I gotta do a video on it for JG8. But man, I don't get the decision to decline the hold on 2nd and it would have been 2nd and 17 in 4-down territory. Hang on. Yeah, so it's Sanchez. There's a lot to sort out with that. There's a lot to sort out, obviously, because based on the police report, I think he's the one at fault. Yeah, I can't see the Jades for the Yanks. So how good they've been this year. Oh, I could see it. I have the Jades winning that series. All right, so let me see this. I'm gonna watch on my phone. Just initial first glance. All right. The text is all off. That's... Oh, boy. Yeah, the text is, like, very off. The text is extremely off. So 2010? To 2010? Wow. Yeah, the text is like very off on that one. You heard about Sanchez? Yes, I heard about Sanchez. Your final game when your final game is canceled, that sucks. 2-minute timeout. Here we go. Navy, 1 first down should do it. Horvath going to keep himself, nothing doing. And Air Force burns their first timeout. Yeah, the text is like very off on that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to scrutinize with that. 2 timeouts left for the Falcons. You're going to click that link above to watch the Alabama Vandy stream. We're going to be live for that in about 30 minutes time. You're over a parking spot. That's nuts. All over a parking spot. So Jags on Fox? I don't know. I'm assuming yes. It is on Fox. Yes, it is. It's on Fox. It seemed like it was Sanchez's fault. Yes, from the police report, it seemed like it was Sanchez's fault. It was 2nd and 10. When we get back from the timeout. And 1 first down should do it here. We'll get to Navy to 5-0. Air Force still has yet to win a game this season against an FBS opponent. Another off Milwaukee? Jeez. This is insane. Nine one. Trevor Lawrence isn't. He's definitely a little bit. First go a little more on. Yep. 2nd and 9. Yeah, it's 4 down territory here for Navy. You're not kicking a field goal anywhere in this spot. It's 3 plays to get 9 yards and end this thing. 2 in the backfield. Horvath's going to throw the slam pass. It's caught at the 31. Man, you don't see that. They're going to throw the ball. First score 20, you know. One shot at this point. They throw the ball. Always risky. We only need 9 yards on 3 plays. And now you only need about 3 yards to get the first and end this thing. 1 timeout left for the Falcons. They don't get a stop here. The ball game is over. What a day for Horvath. He's been on the money today throwing the ball. 19 for 25. Again, this is a Navy team. This is a Navy team. You like Syracuse to make a close game against SMU? Yes, I do. I do. I think Syracuse keeps it close. I think that last game against Duke was a fluke. Yeah, screws up Cut's Twitter plan? It does, yep. It does screw up their plan a lot. Horvath, 19 for 20. But keep in mind, entering this game, Horvath threw the ball 38 times. 38 times the first 4 games. Comes out to an average, if you're doing the math, of just 9 times a game. But they sensed a weakness in the Air Force secondary, and they've thrown it 25 times today. In Hawaii, threw it 47 times last week against the Falcons for 457 yards. This is an Air Force team that is not good against the pass. You're seeing that on display here. 3rd and 2 at the 32-yard line. Jay's coming after this one? Yes, it is. First, I thought we were going to have a long series after the Cubs hit the homer, but now it's 9-1, feel a lot better. I don't blame you. Yeah, 9-1, be feeling pretty good. Be feeling pretty good at 9-1. 3rd and 2. It's like when the Dodgers played D-backs and the first inning happened. I'm like, oh, we might do this. Horvath keeps himself. He gets a yard at the 30. 4th and 1. Yeah, 1925 with triple option service academy. Yep. Who's winning FC versus Hurricanes? I am Miami. I just don't trust Castellanos to throw the ball down the field. I just don't trust Castellanos down the field. Like, if it gets to a point where he has to throw and win it from behind, I don't trust him. Davis or Ammon calling it? I would assume Davis is doing the Yankees. 1 yard for the game. You get it, you win. You don't get it, Air Force gets it back, needing a field goal to tie at their own 30-yard line. Probably about 45 yards away from field goal range. With an offense that has scored on all but 1 drive this half. This is for everything. Fourth and 1. You know Horvath's going to probably keep it himself on this one. Can Air Force make one final defensive stop? Or is Navy going to take this one? He's going to throw. Open. Low throw, but caught down to the 22. Gain of 8. It's Gutierrez having a great second half. Gets 8. And for the second straight season, Navy is going to defeat Air Force. Horvath throws his 20th completion of the game. Had 26 completions his first 4 games combined. And that's your ball game. The midshipman take it. They'll just take a knee. And the first game of the Commander-in-Chief Trophy. First game of Commander-in-Chief Trophy. Going to Navy. Air Force drops to 1-4, still looking for their first one against an FBS opponent despite scoring 30 in every single game this season. Their next game on the road against UNLV. Oops, 4th and 1-1, yep. Hang on. Something, they're going to try to intercept the kneel down. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Flag on the kneel down. Yep, he was trying to intercept the kneel down. Not going to happen. Now, Navy will remain undefeated. So they just knee it out. They will take Temple up next. Or maybe just have the CNC trophy again. Yep. Yep, it will be that way. It will be that way. Navy, the reigning champion. Of the trophy. 20 seconds left. One more kneel down is going to do it on this one over on CBS. Again, make sure you click that link above. We're live for Vandy against Alabama. And that's it. The home crowd goes nuts. It was a crazy offensive game. If you're going to playoff, I don't know about that. But Horvath could throw the ball. Horvath looked like he could throw the ball. Again, I gotta credit Navy's coaching staff for this one. Have to credit him. Brian Newberry saw a weakness of the Air Force defense. They decided they're going to air it out. Not a team that throws a lot. Again, just 38 passes attempted by Horvath in the 4 games this season. That's under 10 per game. This is a team that had a huge ratio in terms of running to throwing. On the season, 218 rushing attempts, 45 passing attempts. It's a huge ratio. That's 5-to-1 or thereabout. But today, Horvath threw 26 times. They ran 29 times. So it was pretty even. It was 50-50. And Horvath, 20 for 26, 339, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Fact or fiction, if it gets top 25. I'm going to say fiction, but they'll get votes. If you're tomorrow, I think so. If all goes according to plan, we should have a video tomorrow. All right, so here's the game plan. Vandy, Bama. Going to start that stream in 25 minutes time. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. Jay Johnson off. Going to get everything right for that stream. Take care. See you guys in 25 minutes. Final score, Navy 34, Air Force 31. Appreciate you guys tuning in. See you guys soon.